Hello, all. Oh, I guess I should say pack up your babies and grab your old ladies. Except it's not exactly a Booxefest. Hello, welcome. I should put one on the other side and make it look normal. Make it look like we got a collar on. How's everybody doing tonight? Get down there. Can everybody hear the music? Or is it just me? Is the music steady? Echo cancellation. Don't turn that off. Everything good? Yeah, you can't hear the music. Is it just too quiet, maybe? I don't know, it works. I mean, I don't know. Why the Kleenex? It's a shame Mallory was doing this the other day. Working fine for her. Yeah, my shirt has got a prickly in it. You know, you get a prickly in your shirt and it keeps jabbing you, and like it could just be my skin, but when I put a tissue there, it helps. I'm running low on clean shirts. All you can hear is a faint hum. Hi, Desert Minx. Hi, everyone, by the way. Brad Hollinger, Country Boy, David Evans, Mark Campbell, Andy Francis, Kelly Flynn, John's Touchpad, Ali G, Marcus, Bugs, John, yeah, said that already. Ian the Warblord, Homegirl Roxy, Sherry Carter, boy, a lot of other Bettina at 8:19 p.m. Anyway, that was way earlier. Welcome to this. I thought we could chat about YouTube stuff tonight. I always enjoy the YouTube chats. I'm always fascinated by. I'm completely fascinated by YouTube and stuff. Because I got to get somebody else up here on screen with me, so it could actually be a chat and not just a Russell monologue kind of thing. Ooh, that shouldn't be there. And shit. Is it? There's Jim and Tracy. Hi, Tracy. And there's Cozy Corner Cabin. Yeah, thinking about that. There's Peanut Trigger. Hey, Chris. Yeah, do I get a post somewhere that I'm live tonight or some shit? I don't know. I always get confused. If it's not Friday night, I don't know what I'm doing. Golly. Oops. There it is. Oh, and the fire is going, and it's really hot. I had problems getting it going. Like, it was going earlier, and then I put more wood in, and then it wasn't going, and like, just wasn't working all that great. And then I got it really going, and then now it's like freaking hot. William Strom, welcome. Destiny is here. Oh, hey, you guys don't have to, where the hell is the window? There it is. You guys don't have to worry so much about welcoming everybody to chat here. I mean, you can. You're used to it. And Brian McKenzie? In fact, maybe you should anyway. I don't consider it such a big deal here. It's not like we're gonna have a huge crowd. God, we were talking about the Books bus earlier on Discord. Did we get the night off? If you want. Talking about the Books bus earlier, and like, and the Books super yacht, and I guess the Books chopper, because you can't have a super yacht without a chopper, right? Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Oh, and we did. Where's that on Discord? How far up do I gotta search for the Books bus? Old. No, where did we talk about search bus? There it is. Oh yeah, baby. Let's put this somewhere. This is okay. Here's the. Let's do the put the Books bus on screen here. Why can't I? Okay, I've already got remove. Nope. Stop screen. Okay. Share screen. Yep. Uh-huh. What is it called? Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. The Books bus. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And then I saw one. I don't know where it went, but I saw one. It was like a. And there's a name for these. I forget what they're called. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hold on, now I gotta find this. Oh, zero match. What? How could that have zero matches? What are those buses called? I forget what it's called. Steve Cousins, welcome. Bedomansky, welcome. Christine Brush, welcome. Bill Kurz, 51 people watching. Oh, Destiny says she loves the welcomes to chat. Maybe you guys should keep doing it, or just one of you guys do it. Maybe Lena B, welcome. It's but there's a name for this specific style of bus, and I forget. Oops, I've done it again. Let me try and find it real quick because I really like the double decker. Double decker coach. I'm calling it a coach now. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh baby. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Get me all excited and free. Skyliner. Skyliner coach. There was like oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna find it because I really want to find it. Why can't I find it? It was red. You guys can just sit there and wait while I look for this. Yeah, you guys are okay with that? Red. I know it was red. This is pissing me off now. what do you call it? Oh, there we go. Oh, Pinterest. Screw you, Pinterest. God damn, I hate Pinterest. It's like, hi, Raspberry Rock, ASMR. Holy crap. Oh, another Pinterest. Oh, go away, Pinterest. Another Pinterest. Come on. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Hey, Eves. Hey, Sean in Alaska. All right. This is the one right here. I think this is it. Yep. Okay. There we go. Take a look at that big, beautiful thing. How can I make that bigger without going too crazy? Look at that. There's like 3 sections to it. 3 sections to that thing. Can you imagine? So, hey, Peanut Trucker, can you drive one of those? Because I'm thinking, like, maybe the front car is the sleeping car, and then the middle car is the like dining car, and then the last car is the party car. Well, what do you guys think? That's the Booxefest. That's the Booxefest bus right there, in all its glory. Sean says, "Good Lord, I would never build a cabin if I had that." Yes, go big or go home. I wonder what that would cost. Chris says he can drive it. His truck is about that long. Using StreamYard, I am, Sean. Yeah, I thought there's a title to this live stream. I think. What's the title? YouTube chat. I thought we could talk about YouTube. One of my favorite videos. I think my bedroom would be like right at the front there, on the second on the upper floor, of course, right where that big glass window is. That way I can keep an eye on where we are. And then I need like a hole in the floor so I can reach down and pat Chris Peanut Trucker on the head. And you're doing a good job, Chris. Keep us on the road, Chris. Hey, Carol. Hey, Burnskin. There's Jay and Jen. Hey, guys. Brian McKenzie owns 2 of these buses? We're going to have to talk later, Brian. What would it cost for gas to run that thing? You can't talk about costs. I mean, look at that bus. If you're buying a bus like that, you can't worry about the price of gas. Jeez. Let's look at this video of the super yacht on YouTube a little while back, and it's like they're buying to fill up the gas tank on that thing was like $150,000. William says, I drove triples years ago, but I don't think I would like driving that one. You know what? Actually, you know what we need? We need that. We need exactly that. And the whole thing has to be renovated. It can't have chairs in it, right? Normal seats. But we need that. And then we need to pull like a normal car on the back of it because, we're going to need to, just drive around. Need sponsors for the bus. Like Elon Musk, right? In reality, the Booxefest bus would probably never leave the parking lot. No. Well, maybe. Hi, Jerry and Bridget. All right, who wants to join me on screen here? This is StreamYard, so we're supposed to be actually chatting with people. I'm going to say David Evans probably wants to join us on screen. David, how's your internet tonight? Damn, it's hot in here now. Me and my stupid wood stove. 23.5 Celsius, 74.3 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'm looking for the AC unit now. Dave Durand, hey, did you give yourself a haircut? Maybe that's why your collar is itchy. I did, like, about a month ago. So, yeah, and I don't wear a shirt when I do. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Designated driver only. Well, that's Peanut Trucker. He's volunteered to be the designated driver. Hi, Jerry and Bridget. If I didn't say hi to you guys, you need to park that bus at the Wizard's place. His parking, he's got parking space, but I don't think he could park that 3-section thing there. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. We can talk about YouTube, or we can talk about the Boox bus. Our first troll. Let's see if I get to it first. Remove. Yay, I got to it first. Paul PJY, no, there was not a Raspberry Rock video today. I just didn't have anything for this week. Nothing interesting to show. And it's funny because I posted on Facebook that I really didn't have anything for today, for this week. And like all kinds of people are saying, just do video of the scenery or just talk to the camera about something like, you know, how you bought your property and crap like that. And I'm like, well, that appeals to a small section of my, you know, my subscribers. Like the people who would follow me on Facebook, right? There's a big portion of subscribers that want more than that, right? Okay. Sure. Hi, everybody. Although you don't really need to tag me. But, yeah, okay. In fact, you can tag somebody without them saying anything in chat. You just have to type it all out the way it should be. Hi, Susie G. Hi, Albert Higgins. But we could be looking at the Boox bus again. The new Boox bus. No music. I tried music, Bill. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can, see, I'm such a StreamYard noob. There we go. No music. Nope, no music. What's up, Lisa? Doubles and triggers can only be driven forwards. You must always set up to pull out forward. Yeah, I was thinking that, right? Like I could see backing up a double. Like, it's like when I worked on the farm, you're often driving a tractor, pulling a wagon, and backing up a double. No, that's not a double, is it? Anyway, I can see it being held. Certainly, like a triple, that would be impossible to back up. So that would take some careful planning, right? Here's this guy. Hey, Dave. You look different.
I got a haircut? No.
Well, you're
Didn't
back
have a lot of hair to start with. Anyway.
You're back home.
Yep, I'm back home. This is where the magic happens. I'm back in my little office.
That's where the magic happens. What's Pam doing tonight?
Just watching movies. I've encouraged her to come for. I've encouraged her to come for raspberry. Yeah, I've encouraged her to come for raspberry rock shots later.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kill this light behind me. I'll be right back.
Just turn it off. Anything you would be interesting. I'm not trying to outdo it, but certainly it. Okay, let's talk about YouTube for a second. It's very much the case that if you know, and people at YouTube have denied this, but it's very much the case that if you put out a video and it goes crazy, it goes like semi-viral, that it does impact the next videos that you put out. the next set of videos you put out will also be popular, and it's kind of a declining thing. Like the next video I put out after that million view video hit 125,000 views, and then it dropped down and down, and seemed to have leveled off around 28,000 views. But if I put out a video that's a real stinker, then the same will happen. Like the video after that, no matter how good it is gonna also kind of stink.
Do you think you've put out a bad video since you put out the million view one?
I haven't put out a bad video per se. I mean, I always look at my videos and think, well, I could be better.
I think today, well, I mean, based on your advice, today was a bit of a learning experience for me about how important the title and thumbnail are. You know,
I'm a little brutal when
you said my title and thumbnail stunk.
I think I said it.
You did take the time to tell me, so I went, yeah, that was the word you used. It was stink. They stink or suck. Sorry, no, you said they suck.
Yep, they suck.
So you did. I did take the time to fix them. So.
Well, you know what? It's okay. So I'm a little. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm a little rough around the edges when I start talking about some things, but I've learned a lot about thumbnails and titles, and I know that, you know, especially after watching your video. So your first title was "Back to the Snow" or something like that. Back to the Snow and Cold.
Back to the cold and snow. Yeah.
But the video very much was a tour of your property, which I found actually really interesting. Just despite the fact that I've been there.
Well, I mean, I was trying to work on the fact that most people knew that Pam and I were down in Florida, and we just returned home. So that's why I kind of went with the back to the cold and snow. And the first thing we had to do was get the ATV stuck out of the ice, and the blade was stuck in 2 inches of ice. And my neighbor was very kind to plow our driveway, but he piled all the snow around the ATV. So you didn't see the part where I shoveled it. I had to shovel it out. And then I got down to where the blade was, and the blade was in ice. And I tried to lift the blade with the winch, but all I was doing was straining the winch. So I stopped doing that. That's when I had to chop it out.
Yep.
Yeah. That was my "what would Russell do" moment. You know. So first I started with the pry bar, then I went to the sledgehammer, and then I finally ended up with the axe. And it finally came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, digging stuff out of ice is no fun.
No, it wasn't any fun. So anyway, who else is going to join us on this chat? What about other YouTube creators like Mark Campbell?
Mark Campbell, we could have a.
Yeah.
Well, we had a.
I think it's interesting talking about, and even Sean in Alaska too, right? And City Girl, City Girl, all these YouTube contributors.
City Girl might join us later, or she might join us now. Hi.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Here I am.
Mike. Oh, there you go. Yep.
Hey, hi, City Girl.
Is there like a bit of an echo?
Nope.
No.
As long as the sound's coming through your headphones, you should be fine.
Yeah.
So, City Girl, why don't you talk about your latest video and what's happening?
Holy crap, it's like doing amazing. And here's the...
Go ahead.
I'm getting an echo. Like there's a bit of a lag. And so I'm hearing myself repeat.
Okay, hold on. Let me, there, I've muted Dave. Now, say something.
Okay, I'm talking now.
Do you still hear the echo?
Okay, so now I'm talking. think we're okay now.
Okay, so it might be Dave, or is it me? Okay.
I don't know. It's still sort of repeating.
Oh, or have you got a YouTube video still rolling there?
Okay, there. Done. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, so here's how it went down. I was there like family day weekend, and the weather was absolutely horrible. Like, it was just horrible. It was windy, blowing. Like, if you saw the video, then you know what it was like. Definitely Russell's video. And so Russell says, you know what, you should really get out there and and do a video. And I said, oh, I really want to do one, but I'm not going out in that weather. No way. And he says, no, it'll be good. Trust me, it'll be good. So I went out there trudging through all of this snow, and it is I think one of my best videos, because it is really doing really well, like surprisingly really well. And all because of Russell saying, you got to get yourself out there in this horrible weather. Yeah, crazy.
Well,
Crazy stuff.
It was an excellent video, by the way.
Thanks, Dave.
And how many views does it have?
It's got like 5.3 thousand views, and I have more subscribers than the Booxefest channel. Ha ha. Yeah, so it's all right. It's all good.
Hopefully that's going to help your monetization.
I hope so. You know what? I'm just having fun doing it. It's a load of fun, and getting the dogs out there and Russell occasionally in the videos, and yeah, it's just fun for me right now.
So you've got 829 views in the last 48 hours. So it's still rolling along.
Still doing its thing. Yeah. Now, Dave, what about you? Let's talk about you and your YouTube stardom.
Yeah, well, today I took the plunge of putting myself in front of the camera. So my last video, I got Pam out in front of the camera. So today, this time, I got out in front of the camera. It was all right. You know what? I actually wasn't that nervous. You got to be careful with the camera angles that you don't, show your nostril hairs too much.
Pam.
Hi, Pam. Good to see you.
So how did you like being on the camera, on the video?
I said, I want to be the hot one, not the frumpy one in the gray sweatpants.
Oh, and there she goes.
It was fun.
Nice.
I didn't mind it at all, getting out in front of the camera. It was fine. Yeah,
let's talk about that for a second. City Girl hates being in front of the camera. And every time she goes to take video of something, I tell her, okay, you're going to point the camera at yourself for a little while. You get it? You're going to do it? You're going to do a Raspberry Rock Shot?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Man's making Raspberry Rock Shots. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. And I saw your comment, Mark Campbell. Yes, when is David Evans not drinking? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fair. Jeez.
No, that's not good. It's not good. So yeah, no, I mean the video. It is a challenge. First of all, just uploading something to YouTube, it is a bit of a challenge, especially when you got slow internet. And even working with the editing software is still a challenge. I mean, last night I learned about bit rates. So I mean, last night I was trying to do super good quality upload, 1080p, but really best quality. And the estimated time would have been like 30 hours to upload this video. So, talking to Russell last night at 1:30 in the morning, I switched it to 15 megabytes a second. So that's faster compression rate, but not best compression rate. And it still took 7 hours to upload. So yeah, as he said to me last night, I got to get this shit figured out.
Yeah, what did you say your file size was? It was like 16 gigabytes or something like that?
It was a 16 gigabyte file that I compressed down to 2.6 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So it makes a huge difference. The compression rate makes a huge difference.
Yep.
So another lesson learned. Besides lifting, don't leave the plow in the ice and snow. Check out your compression rate on your videos. So and then even this morning I was trying to figure out what was the best thumbnail because. And Pam and I were going through thumbnails this morning, trying to find one that would work. And most of the ones that she took the last couple of days when we made the video were in portrait, and so they weren't going to work because you need to be a landscape picture to upload. Was it 1280 by 720 pixels? Anyway, so I had to go back through some old pictures that I had, and that's when I found the logs with the snow on them. I thought, oh, cold and snow. That's a good thumbnail. So I use that, but all these things are important. Thumbnails, titles, descriptions. Everything's important.
I saw that thumbnail and I'm like, what the hell is that? I guess it's snow on logs. Whereas a thumbnail should jump out at you, like, not just be. I don't know. It's just like it looked like an abstract. I don't know what.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was appropriate for cold and snow. I thought it was appropriate. I had another one of a birdhouse that I made with some woodpeckers eating out of it, but I thought, no, that's probably not good. So anyway, I switched it. I think it was a good suggestion on your part, and I always welcome positive feedback. So
I could be nicer in the way how I say it, though. Are we right?
Hey,
it's fine.
So show and tell. I got these like funky lights, and I've been talking to Russell about it. Right, I've been thinking about like live streaming in the city. Anyway, I really like them. They're Govee lights, but you can't really see them because I'm still trying to figure them out or whatever, but they've got like various settings. Yeah. And, like, ooh. Ah.
Okay, so you need it not on your face because your face turns green or your face turns red. It needs to be like behind you. It needs to be. You need to be backlit. No, facing the wall.
Facing the wall.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was trying to do, right? But
yeah,
I still got to figure out that. But I really like them. Anyway, that's my show and tell for this evening.
So we still haven't figured out the success. What's behind the success of your video? Have you gone into the analytics to see what's going on?
Actually, you know what? I just think that it's a fluke, really.
I don't want to hear that.
No, I don't think that it's a fluke. I think much like the way people like to see people peril in the winter, this like snow storm happening and you're trudging through the snow and whatnot. I think maybe that's what did it. Possibly.
So adversity?
Yeah, that's it. Like you're in the dead of winter. You're trying to keep warm. Well, obviously people know our cabin and we're not going to die out here or anything like that. But it was just me trudging through. You know what? Actually, one comment that I got was they liked the way that I balanced the really cold weather outside and then I showed the wood stove. Right? Like, so you're freezing cold outside and then you come in and you go, the warmth of the wood stove and that pine needle tea. And it's just that juxtaposition of Mother Nature, if that makes sense.
Well, you know what I liked about your video was that it seemed to me that you were making an effort to take it up a notch. Like even the cup in the snow, there's a little bit of artistic license to it.
Yeah. I'm always trying to outsmart Russell and his talent. Though you know what? We both have very different styles, like very different styles.
She's got a great eye for hold on, let me put this up here. A great eye for cinematography. Like I saw her I was outside on the deck when she was doing this. I saw her doing that and I thought, I bet that's gonna look beautiful when she's done there. And it's a beautiful shot.
Actually. It is. I knew that you thought of that. It wasn't Russell who thought of that.
No, he was at the time he was outside sawing an elk antler. I remember that. I was trying to make my pine needle tea, and all I can hear is.
Oh, yeah, that was a real struggle. With a hacksaw, I'm trying to get through this thing.
Mhm.
And I don't think they appreciate it enough. The dogs, that is.
So City Girl, have you tried the YouTube part yet? Are you uploading your videos, and how do you find it? I mean,
I
is
really
it as
enjoy
challenging
it.
for me as it is for you?
I enjoy
She does
it.
everything. She does everything.
Yeah.
Herself.
I shoot. Yeah, and you know what? I talk about it with Russell. Hey, what do you think about this idea? I'm gonna do this, and then he gives me some input, and then I just go out there. I go out there with the GoPro, with the camera, and I do my thing. And I really like the whole creative process in Adobe Premiere. I love fiddling around with all of the settings and whatnot, and I have fun with that, and then putting music to it, or maybe, yeah, I really enjoy it. And uh, Russell just sort of let me like learn everything myself. He really, there wasn't any like tutorial or anything like that. He just like showed me the basics, and then I just played around with it on my own, and I really enjoyed the creative process. Yeah, I really do.
Oh, you are very good at it.
Yeah, I have a lot to learn.
I've enjoyed. I'm using iMovies, which is they call it a beginner intermediate kind of editing app, which is probably well suited for me. It isn't very difficult to use, but I am starting to I am now starting to see the limitations of it, and I'm going to try to Mark Campbell and Russell both suggested I try DaVinci, so I'm going to try changing my editing software.
Yeah.
Because
That's probably a really
it is
good idea.
limiting. Like today, when those shots were in portrait, if I could have cropped them better, then I could have made them, not look like they were in portrait.
Like you were holding your phone like this, right? Instead of.
Yeah, Pam was filming with her iPhone, and she had it as a portrait. Yeah.
I don't know why that's the default for so many people. It's like, hey, I'm going to film a video. Let's do it like this. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
What people do that way, but that might just be me. I was going to say.
Well, it's my fault though too.
I was going to say that the reason City Girl uses Adobe Premiere is because I use it, and we can get away with only having one license. You can install it on multiple machines as long as it's not being used at the same time. Which we
see, if I gave Pam this to use, which is what I use with my iPhone, then it automatically would have gone in the landscape.
So she was just.
I didn't give it to her to use. She was hand holding it. Yeah. This is kind of neat because this has got this has a little Bluetooth button on it. I don't know if you can see that, so you can start and stop recording with the button. I'm sure that's the way most selfie sticks work. Yeah.
I think so. Anyway, who else could we get here? Do we get maybe Mark Campbell? You want to join us and talk about your Mark Campbell started up a YouTube channel as well recently?
Yeah, his thumbnails. Mark's thumbnails are awesome.
Yeah, he's got some great scenery because their cabin is right on Lake. Is it Lake Huron that he's right on? I think he's on Manitoulin, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is on Manitoulin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's if you want to join us, Mark. I'm going to send you the link. Then he just figured out his. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
What Sean and the last. If other people want to join, I'm happy to drop off and let other people get on here.
Yeah, we'll get some more interesting people on soon.
Yeah,
Dave.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that's the way he feels.
I'm used to it. Like if I don't get a Russell head slap once a day, I'm lost. Seriously,
You know where I get this from? It's from the Rush Hour movies and the cutscene or the bloopers. Jackie Chan does it at one point because he's mimicking Chris Tucker. What a weird reference, eh?
What an odd, yeah.
See,
But I
now
do
now
want
when
to
I
say,
when I do it in future, all you're gonna see is Jackie. Think of as Jackie Chan going.
I do want to plug my channel here. If any of you people watching haven't been to the Twilight Life Cabin and subscribe, do it now.
All right, I got it. All right, I got it. The TLC.
Oh,
Life.
the
Do it now.
TV.
Yeah,
Did you do
he
that on
came
purpose, Dave? TLC?
Actually, it was Russell's idea. But yeah,
Of
it was
course, of course. Mhm.
He was all set to name his channel the Twilight Cabin.
The
And I said,
Andre
well, yeah, you
Cabin.
should. I said you should put something in there with an L so you can call it TLC. Like, and I came up with Twilight Life Cabin.
Yeah.
Where's my?
Mark wants to know how to get on. Yeah.
I sent you the link on in a private message on Discord, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, do it in Google. Don't do it in Safari. It won't work. Go to Google.
I think I got that right. Yeah, it's pretty
Go
easy.
to Google. Go to Google Chrome, Mark. Don't do it in Safari. It won't work. Too many privacy issues.
Oh yeah, Mark's on a Mac as well.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You Mac people. Oh hey, David, you were talking about buying a new PC at one point. Are you still thinking of that?
Well, so part of last night taking too long to upload. I'm wondering if it is my Mac that's causing some speed issues. So I should look into getting a PC-based computer. I've been with a Mac now for almost 10 years, and Pam's got a Mac, and I go back and forth, and we don't have good compatibility between our machines. So I'm considering upgrading, and also maybe getting a good compute desktop. Go back to a desktop computer versus a laptop computer, because they're cheaper and they're more powerful, right?
Because then you can play Left 4 Dead with me and Jess.
I can play Left 4 Dead. Yeah. I haven't shot Russell in the back in a while.
I was like, we're playing along. I'm like, why are all these messages popping up? Friendly fire from Dave. Friendly fire from Dave. Friendly fire.
Yeah,
come on, Dave.
I know. Well, you kept stepping in my front of me.
Yeah, well, that happens.
So when are you back at the cabin, City Girl?
I'm coming back in a couple of weeks. Yep. One of our sons is visiting, so I'm spending some time with him. Don't get to see him
nice.
often in person, so yeah. So I'm enjoying spending time with them. Yeah, now
I forget the name of our kids sometimes. I forget the name of our kids sometimes. We never see them.
Yeah. So
Where's he's there? Bring him in. Let's see Devin.
He's there. I doubt that he'll make an appearance. He is in one of Russell's videos.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is Devin the one that wore the trench coat?
Yeah.
Or
not the
trench poncho.
Right. Yeah.
The poncho.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the one. That is Devin. Yep. That's it. So yeah. And before you know it, he'll be gone. So, I mean, gone back. So yeah.
Yep. Well, that's nice. It's nice you have a chance to visit.
Yeah, for sure. It's just it's amazing. Your kids grow up and they just sort of move away, and you try and keep in touch as best as you can. So that's it.
Yeah, we just found out that Megan, our oldest, was in New York City last week, and the only reason we knew that was because she sent us some pictures texted us some pictures. I didn't even know she was there. So there you
go. That's how I keep track of our oldest son. It's on Instagram. Oh, okay, that's what you're up to. That's where that's what's happening in your life.
Yeah, what would we do without social media?
Yeah, for sure. That is it.
It is.
So
it is pretty neat.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, it is pretty neat when you can sit down on the weekend and actually, like we used I think we actually we use Discord, and we pull up full screen our son and his wife and the 2 kids, and that's pretty neat. You couldn't do that 20 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it is. Well, our oldest Megan, she works for the government, so she doesn't get much time off, but when she does, she's a traveler. Her and her partner are always out and about, and we're always finding out where they are through, like you said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or they send us text messages.
Yeah.
Sean.
What? Sean.
Sean's a tad.
Well, I just sent Sean the link, so if he comes in here, we'll give him shit.
Yeah, well, some people better show up here. So what's your next video going to be about? Have you given any thought to your next ASMR? I like your videos are extremely relaxing, which is nice.
That's the game. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Relaxing, peaceful.
Yeah.
See, it's like a yin yang of Russell, because you know what his videos are like,
totally.
right? They're just
Totally,
like all over the place, and it's just like, come to Alicia's channel and just woo.
What?
It's so funny because some of the comments I get is, "Oh, we don't have to hear Russell talking," and they mean it in good fun. they really do.
There's no swearing. That's the first part that's nice about it.
Yeah, and I think I noticed that with me, I really try and include, like, not that Russell doesn't, like Junebug and Willow, when I go out and about on the property, they're always with me, right? And so I get a lot of comments about that, how they love seeing the dogs and whatnot. So
I love the way they met you at your car. They were so happy. They were so happy to see you when you got out of your car.
They didn't see me at first.
Yeah. Well, we were riding along, and I saw the car, and they were kind of running along looking, and they saw the car, and I think they were like just curious, and then they saw her, and they're like, "Oh shit, Mommy, it's Mommy."
Yeah, when they did see you, they went nuts. They were so happy to see you.
Yeah.
I said the M word.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see them, and I do miss them. I miss them, but
Okay, I gotta
condo
share.
living isn't for them.
I gotta share one of my favorite videos. What's it called? The one where you hiked in by yourself the first time?
Oh, right. And you, that was my challenge to myself, that Russell would not pick me up at the car park, and I was going to walk all the way into the cabin by myself.
I remember it. You had your phone with you. You filmed it on your phone, right?
She actually had the old GoPro.
The old GoPro, yeah.
And it got all foggy on her.
Yeah, because it was so humid that day. Yep, that's it. And I thought, nope, I'm going to do this by myself. I can do it.
I ordered my GoPro today.
Did you get which? Well, gosh, what's the latest version?
The 9.
Oh, okay.
10.
Nice.
10, I think. I got the 9.
Nice.
Yeah. I got the 9 with the accessories, which was the equivalent price of the 10 by itself. So it should be here. It should be here in about a week. I think it'll be I think it's going to be a bit of a game changer.
Did you pick up your
One thing,
Starlink?
we can't get the orientation. I got my Starlink. The box arrived today. I'm hoping to hook it up tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to put it on the ground for now. Yeah.
What was that video called? Do you remember? Sean, by the way, Sean, I see you in the green room, but your video isn't working. No, he's gone. He's back. Do you remember what it was called?
Wow.
I thought it was City Girl something, but I just did a search for Raspberry Rock City Girl and it's not coming up. It's my favorite video is because so she hikes. There he is. Hey, Sean.
Good evening.
Hello, Sean.
Hi, Alicia.
she hikes
Hey,
to
Sean,
the
how
into
are
the
you?
cabin by herself. But my favorite part is when she's walking along the trail and then Willow and Junebug find her, because the relief in her voice as she's calling out to the dogs is like,
Oh, hell
oh my
yeah.
god.
That's it. I'm not afraid of creatures out there at Raspberry Rock at the property. It's people. I'm afraid of people. I don't want to run into anyone. How are you doing tonight, Sean? What are you up to?
I'm
Well,
doing
you're with
good.
us. You're with
Yeah.
us.
I'm hanging with the good, with the fun people, with Mr. Positive himself, Russell.
Nice.
Oh well.
What are you
Yeah, we'll
smoking?
talk about that.
David, I'm just glad you started a YouTube channel, so now he can give you advice all the time.
Oh, I don't take your advice. It'll probably I have no problem taking advice from anybody who knows what they're doing. Obviously, I'm enjoying it, but boy, I tell you, it is a very steep learning curve.
It's huge.
It is.
It's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
so Russell's been telling me, hey, do this, do that, and do this with a thumb. And now for like the last 3 weeks, and then obviously this week I didn't pay any attention to anything that he said. But I'm really thinking along the lines of, okay, I need to do a little bit more on creating good thumbnails and titles, thumbnails, titles, thumbnails, titles. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so huge because when you go back and you look at other people and videos that catch your eye, the first thing that catches your eye is always the thumbnail. And the second thing is what's the title of the video. And I forget who it was. Somebody commented in the chat because I can't look at the chat right now while I'm doing this. I think it was Jay and Jen, as a matter of fact, that said, you know, why are you titling your videos for? And it was a comment to you, Dave. Why are you commenting your videos for the people who already watch your channel, and not titling your videos for the people who don't yet? And honestly speaking, the people who watch my videos every week watch my videos every week. I mean, there's Charles. Charles commented on mine today. They're going to be there for me every single week. So they really don't care what my title of my video is because they're looking forward to the video and they're going to watch it. And I didn't think of that at all until Jay and Jen made that comment tonight that I shouldn't be doing this for the folks that are already here. I should be doing this to get more folks that may be interested in doing what I'm doing or seeing what I'm doing.
That's an excellent way to put that. That's an excellent way to put that.
Yeah, that is
that's
well said.
And I didn't express that at the time, but when you put out your video saying chores, I'm doing chores.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell no, you're not doing chores. You're experiencing life in the Alaskan wilderness. That's what you're doing. You're
trying to maintain my place at 80 below, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Surviving.
I find part of the challenge is trying to figure out what to do in the next video, though, too. I mean, you got to also take into consideration that it's winter outside and you're limited in what you can do. Like spring comes, I mean, I got lots of ideas about when spring is here because there's lots of stuff to do outdoors. But how do you keep the momentum going, or how do you keep things interesting when you got to work around winter? I find it's a bit of a challenge.
So I'll tell you so last winter, that was my dilemma because I haven't been doing this whole YouTube thing that long. And I was like, man, I gotta have something. I gotta do something because I just can't put a video out there. And I stressed with that all winter long, and it didn't change the fact that winter was still here. So this year, my whole attitude was, look, I'm going to record everything that I'm doing all day long, and hopefully at the end of the week, I have enough stuff there that'll keep people interested. And I'm just going to show them what I'm doing because we live in the north, and there's only so much we can actually do in the north. If I'm not going snowshoeing every weekend, and nobody wants to watch that every single week. So
hold on, one sec, Sean.
Sure.
You got rear-ended in traffic on the way home. Sorry, Jay Brashable. Hope you're
Ouch.
okay. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
kudos,
continue, Sean.
kudos to Jay for showing up after whiplash not stopping.
Yeah.
I get to see him jumping out of his car, going, "You son of a bitch! It's Booxefest night."
I think he
I'm
needs.
late for Booxefest.
Yeah, he needs like a reserve seat in the Booxefest bus. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Sean, continue with what you're saying.
Yeah, so I got to the point where I thought, okay, and then back again to Jay and Jen's comment in chat earlier. People who watch you are going to want to watch you no matter what you're doing. So like this week's video that I put out, I thought the thumbnail was okay, but unfortunately it didn't encompass everything that I was doing. I'd taken a couple other shots that, I wear a kilt, obviously, and whenever I put the kilt in the thumbnail, it usually gets a lot more information or a lot more views and responses from people. But it was 3 different things that I was doing in this video, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep showing what I'm doing at the time, because people are interested in how you do it where we live up north. And obviously, when we get to spring and summer and things are a lot more focused, then the videos will be a lot more focused on exactly what the project is. But I can't be outside right now doing, I can't build with, 2.5, 3 feet of snow still in my yard right now. So I just keep it going, and I use this time to get better at camera editing, to get better at video editing, to get better at transitions and stuff like that, and hopefully give the viewers some information that they want to see. And every once in a while, I'm lucky and I get a video that just resonates with people and does really well. But overall, basically this is the school session. And like Russell, you were saying, you should be doing more of this Wowzer stuff, because this is when we really have time to play around with editing and video.
Well, yeah.
And during the summer, we're just too busy. We're just filming, going. So it's it's just a different season, and it should
be the other way around. It should be the other way around. Winter is the time to grow your channel and do really well. Summertime is like, who gives a shit? Everybody experiences summer.
Right. Yeah. But it's what we're doing though too, because we're in the north, so we get most of what we want to do done during the summer season as opposed to during the winter season. Right?
Well, yeah, it's the challenge of doing things in the winter that people want to see. But I tell you what, Sean, you should be doing is like you should have like cooking segments in your videos, because you're in an RV in Alaska in the wintertime. Here's how I make food. My God,
that was this week. So I did that in this week's video.
Oh, I don't watch your videos.
I know you don't. I don't watch yours either. So, but I don't read your titles when you go live, because I'm on Russell's live. I'm going to go. I don't really care what the title is. I'm going live. I'm going to go see Russell. But like this week, and I do incorporate much more cooking into my videos during the winter, because I live in a trailer. How do you eat? How do you store food? How do you do all this stuff? So I've had a viewer that for the last couple of weeks, he sent me and he's a good friend, and he's since YouTube, and that's one of the people I've met with YouTube. But he's all, hey, my wife bought some salmon because she saw in one of your videos you caught salmon, and you need to cook some so she knows how to cook it. So I cooked up salmon this weekend on the grill outside in the snow in winter.
Nice. I gotta see that.
Yeah, and it turned out awesome, guy. It was delicious. It turned out so beautiful. I probably should have used that for my thumbnail. And when you see the picture of the salmon, tell me. And if you think I should have, I'll change the picture.
I'll check it out, Sean. I'm really bad. I'm subscribed to 100 YouTube channels, and I never watch any of the videos.
So I was in, Jay and Jen were live before you were tonight, Russell, and I was in there live, and Jay had mentioned that, he watched a lot of YouTube, but now he's in the same dilemma I am. So I watched a ton of YouTube before I ever had a channel. And then now that I have a channel and I'm focusing more on recording video and editing video and doing all that, a lot of the channels that I really used to enjoy watching their videos on, I hardly ever get to watch, because I'm too busy doing as opposed to watching as I was before. And that's frustrating to me, because Sean James, I never missed an episode of anything My Self-Reliance was doing. And I can honestly tell you, I probably haven't watched one of his videos now in the last year, because I'm just too busy doing my own thing.
Yeah, I hear you. I follow a lot of channels, and I'm finding it hard to keep up with them.
Right.
And I feel bad when I don't watch people's videos, because I get the notifications, and it's reciprocal, right? They're trying to support you, so I feel like I should be trying to support them. So,
well, and then so there's another YouTube channel that started following me a while back, and she's commented a lot on my videos, and it's called Alone in Alaska, and so she lives, extremely remote. You cannot get to her place by vehicle. During the winter, she is, if there's an issue, it's pretty much, the medevac is pretty much helicopter to get her in and out. And I've watched bits and pieces of a couple of her videos, but one popped up the other day, and I had some time, maybe 2 days ago, and I watched it, and I was like, holy smokes, this is a great video. She's doing a great job. And it was so informative on an aspect of living remotely that I never considered. And it was basically just her bug out bag for what she keeps with her when she's hiking for medical emergencies. And it was an awesome, super interesting thing for me. So I commented on there and I went, holy smokes, what a load of information in this video. But it's just like you said, Dave, there's so, and Russell was saying, there's so many channels I'm subscribed to that I don't subscribe to somebody I don't enjoy. But you run the gamut of during the winters when Sean watches YouTube the most, because during the spring and summer and fall I'm just busy doing stuff, and it's kind of that catch-22. I want to watch more, but at the same time I have to get as much done as I can before winter gets here.
Yeah. No, it is hard. It is hard.
I have a point to make. We always worry about like repetitive stuff. Like, Jesus, I showed myself looking after the chickens like 3 videos ago, and I don't want to show that again. But the basic truth is one thing you touched on earlier, Sean, which is a lot of your viewers just want to see what you're doing right now. It doesn't matter if you've done it before; they want to see what you're doing right now. And the other truth is, like 40 to 60% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Something again that I've shown before. So Dave, your
comment of filming every day is right. Just film what you're doing.
Yeah.
Film what you're doing. Yep.
And if at the end of the week you only have 10 minutes worth of stuff to show in a video, then just show the 10 minutes. If every week you have 50 or 60 minutes worth of stuff to show, like lately for me, that's the way it's been. So part of my video for the last 3 weeks has been what I didn't use the previous week. And it's like a continuation of, as I'm building up more and more stuff, then just show that, and don't get that long. Obviously, I'm not doing hour-long videos. I try to keep mine at 30 to 35 minutes, and every once in a while I'll throw a short one in, and then every once in a while I'll get stupid and I'll throw a long one in. But like you said, Russell, so last week's video was Sean clearing snow on the pad where the cabin's going to go to try and jump ahead of spring. This week's video had the same thing. I can guarantee you next week's video going to have a piece of that as well, because that's what I'm doing now. But then my challenge is, what else can I throw in here for my usual viewers that will be more than what I did last week? So this week was the salmon and cleaning out the chicken coop. Next week I have a couple of things that I did this last week that I didn't show that I'll throw into that one, so they can get the full experience of what I'm doing every week up here. And I think that's important.
Once you grasp the fact that you and I and Dave, you're going to be the same way. It's lifestyle. We're doing lifestyle videos, right? It's
right.
This is the lifestyle.
I think having a GoPro will be a bit of a game changer for me, because it's easier just to set it up and just turn it on, and you set it up so it captures what you're doing. And then, like you said, you make a library of different things that you're doing, and if you don't use it right away, then you've got it saved for another time. So,
yeah, just make sure you don't show the snow clearing stuff and the ice breaking stuff in the middle of July.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Dave, you said you had another camera as well, right?
Yeah, I've got a Nikon D5100.
And what kind of video does that thing take?
It does 1080p. I think it does 24 and 30 frames per second, 1080p. But camera's about 10 years old.
Is it a DSLR?
It's a DSLR, yeah.
Because I know another guy who bought starting a YouTube channel. He bought a 1080p Handycam, and the video that he puts out is shit. It's just awful. I love my GoPro, but it fails in many ways for a lot of situations, especially if you want to zoom in on something. The GoPro has a digital 2x zoom,
it's all
and
digital,
it's not.
Right?
A digital 2x zoom, and it's crappy, of course. Whereas a DSLR, you can get a lens that, even the basic lens that came with my DSLR, it does a little bit of zoom, which is perfect because you never kind of quite capture exactly what you want.
Yeah.
But if you can play with the zoom on it.
With my Nikon, I got the standard 55 millimeter lens, 18 to 55, and I got a think I've got an 80 to 200 zoom lens for the camera. So
18 to 55 is like if you have one lens, and that's the one right there.
But I think I see the way you use. I think I understand the way you use your DSLR versus your GoPro. I mean, the GoPro's for action stuff, and the DSLR, you set it up on the tripod, you point it in one direction, and then it makes sense to do it that way, right? But obviously, you're not going to mount your DSLR to your ATV and go down the trail with it.
No, it's funny because the DSLR has stabilization on it, right? But the stabilization just sucks ass. It's awful. In fact, I don't think it works at all, honestly. But if you can go through one of my videos where I do a whole bunch of different things, and you can pick out the points where I use the DSLR and the GoPro, then you start to understand why I'm using one or the other. Yeah.
One of the things I want to start doing, because we have such beautiful sunsets here and such, you have zero light pollution. We have very little light pollution here. Is the sunscapes, or sorry, the starscapes and the sunsets and sunrises. I mean, I want to take advantage of the location and the facing west, and so I think that's where the DSLR, getting it shooting in RAW and getting the camera set up properly would be really good. That'd be nice stuff to put into videos.
So I did this thing. Sorry to interrupt. I was pouring myself another gin and tonic, and I was doing a tequila shot as well, truth be told. So I pour like my shot. I'm talking to Devin, our youngest son, right? And anyway, we're talking about stuff, and I'm like turning to him and whatnot, and I'm thinking, hold on a second. Did I already pour a shot of gin in my gin and tonic? I can't remember. Oh, well, I'll pour another one in. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Are you having a double?
We're all friends here. No worries.
Nice, yeah. There's no judging here, except for Russell. Russell judges everyone else, so it doesn't matter.
There's no judgment here. No. Speaking of which,
I need a gavel. I gotta say, I need a gavel. So City Girl is another person who, how do you find using the DSLR now? Because for those of us, like, there are a lot of YouTubers who start out who have no experience doing video or photography, so it's a bit of learning.
That's me.
Exactly, right? But how comfortable do you feel now using the DSLR? As I grab it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Much better. You know what? Especially during the cooking segments that we do here, it's just because it's such like a closed, confined space. So I know that, you know what, there are certain ways that I have to position the camera. I've got to do this, that, and the other. So as far as cooking segments go, very comfortable. However, the outside of the cabin, not so much. Like, I have no idea, like, should I be using the zoom lens? What settings should I have it on? I don't know any of that stuff. I don't know about exposure and ISO whatever. I have no idea. Russell's got like this, I don't know, screensaver thing on apertures and what. I'm going, no, I'm just going to wing it.
We set it in auto.
Yeah.
We set it in auto mode.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I do. Yeah. But David too, don't ever underestimate the power of the quality of a cell phone picture. Because I'll tell you right now that some of the best pictures that I've ever taken, and some of the pictures that have had the best comments from any of my videos, were not taken with a DSLR. They were taken with my cell phone.
I got my iPhone 10 XR here. It takes great pictures.
Yeah, it's crazy, the quality.
I think I just saw your phone number, Dave.
Yeah. 867.
You have my phone number. That's okay.
Yeah, 867-5309.
Shit. Nine. Yeah.
And it's now in the bathroom at the Tweed subway. Yeah.
Well, I gotta go back here. So I wish. So Mark Campbell's having problems getting into StreamYard. I guess I'll figure out sometime later. But he says he just picked up a T8i, which is what we use here, our latest camera. And I'd love to talk to him about why he made the decision to go with that. because there are certainly cheaper DSLRs out there. The one I bought, the basic unit was $1,200.
Yeah, I bought my first
And
camera.
Yes, is there. Yeah.
My first camera was a T7i and it was before the T8i came out, because of YouTube videos and reviews, and I saw the pictures and quality that it took, and I thought, okay, this is what I want to go with. So, I mean, if I was starting today, I would probably end up buying the T8i.
I love my T8i.
You said the autofocus is awesome, and that's my biggest frustration is autofocus when you're out of the frame and you go back into the frame. And then for me, I'm like clipping off that first segment because it didn't focus on me until I got where I was supposed to be. And I'm like, ah.
Oh yeah, the autofocus on my T5i was so bad that I'd have to set it up and somehow set the focus and turn the autofocus off, and then hope that I'm in focus when I step in front of the camera. But it was so.
Sean, when you're like editing your videos, Sean, and I talked to Russell about this as well. I tinker around with the color settings. Like sometimes it's washed out. I notice, like depending on the seasons, especially in the winter, right? It's very gray and whatnot. Right. So I will tinker with in Adobe Premiere they've got these different settings where you can make it more vibrant. Right. So it's not washed out. Do you do that? Like, do you play around with that?
So I have, but generally the only time I've ever done that is, like you said, in the winter, because what'll happen a lot of times when we're photographing, because I live in a forest, you guys live in a forest. What'll happen a lot is you'll get the shadowing, and you'll, on a bright day, you'll have shadows, trees, and snow, and it could wash the whole image out because all you see is shadows, trees, and snow. Mm-hmm. So I'll go in there and I'll adjust the balance, the saturation, so that it makes the other things pop. But I try to do as little as possible, because when I'm done and I watch the video, I have to see it with my eye. I try to see it with my eye as you would see it with your eye if you were standing there next to me. So I try not to get it too tweaked up. I try to make sure that when it's done, I go, okay, I don't want that to look like I adjusted it. So is that something that somebody would see with their eye? Yeah. So for me, but yeah, when in the winter is the worst time for us, because we're in the north, we have the snow, we have the shadows, and the shadows can be pretty extreme because the sun is on the low end of the horizon. So then it's okay, I have to tweak this a bit so that it'll pop out so you can actually see what's going on there. But generally speaking, I try to stay away from too much color saturation adjustments. I use Power Director, which was the first. I tried DaVinci and I thought I'm going to need a college degree to figure this out. So Power Director was the first one for me that I tried that I went, wow, this is really comfortable for me to use. So, you're learning, like I'm sure you are too, and I'm sure Russell, you still do. You start playing around with videos and you're doing the same thing every week, and then all of a sudden you go, wait, I could do that? Holy crap, this is great. And then you figure another shortcut and another shortcut.
All the time.
Yeah, it's nuts. And it's fun when you figure, like I didn't know that I could fade one segment of video with another segment of video by just dragging that video over the first edge of the last video. And I'm like, wait, I've been going through all this fade, insert a fade here, but all I needed to do was drag this over to that.
that very much depends on the app you're using.
True.
Jess, we're getting a bit of a hum from you. Can you like move your mic a millimeter? Nope, still hear it.
He could have been humming. We don't know.
Nope, still hear it. That's weird.
Great video today, Jess, by the way.
Can anybody else, anybody watching hear the hum from Jess? Yeah, that was a good video, Jess.
I was going to say that I used DaVinci for that video this week because DaVinci doesn't crash my computer as often as Final Cut does right now. So I've gone from like 6 crashes while trying to use my computer to like 2.
Yeah, I hear it.
Jess, fix the hum.
DaVinci looked awesome. Don't get me wrong, because when I looked at that, I went, wow, you could make movies with that stupid program. But I'm really comfortable with the one I use, and I think that you find one that works for you, and then you just stick with it.
You use Canva, right?
No, I use Canva for. I only use Canva for photos. So when I'm going to do a thumbnail and stuff, I use Canva for that. And then like the banner on my YouTube page and everything else, I design all that in Canva because it's free. I can size everything. I could play around with text on there. I could do different stuff, and they have the paid version and the free version. I use the free version, and I just use it online. But when it comes to editing video, it's all Power Director for me.
I just want to say, Mark Campbell, I sent you a DM in Discord with some advice on how to get on with a Mac onto StreamYard. If you want to look.
The hum is better, Jess. It's still there, but it's better.
Yeah, but can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can hear you.
Jess, I want you to try lifting your left arm up, and then put your other arm over.
It's very funny.
That only works in trailers.
Yeah.
And with aluminum foil on the rabbit ears, right?
Yeah. Excuse me.
What are rabbit ears?
Whatever.
Okay, we gotta say hi to Ilva is here. Gosh, we haven't seen Ilva
Oh
for
my gosh.
a
Forever.
long time.
Yeah. Leslie Ann.
Tim Keegi is here.
Hey, Tim.
Who else did I see here? Rain Dance Bushcraft, welcome. Zen Incense Shop. Hey, Henry. Zen Incense Shop has been with us for so freaking long. I keep forgetting about that.
Has he been here since the beginning?
He's been here a long time,
Yeah.
and I know very little about him. And Charles and Annalyn are here. Hey, guys. Oh, by the way, Charles, I got your email with all those pictures. Why don't you just put them on Discord? Like, throw them in the pics or the cabin pics or whatever it is.
I have a question about Discord since you're on here. So I took the plunge and actually installed that app on my phone. How the heck do I find you?
Oh, you need the link.
Russell will send you an invite.
Oh, yeah. Send me an invite to Discord. And because I'm on there only because I knew you guys were all on Discord. And I go, okay, I'm going to jump on there because it sounds like they have a lot of fun on there.
It's not worth it. All we do is make fun of each other.
Well, we could do that on YouTube.
They are rude. Okay. They are rude.
I would like to say that I am not rude. I am.
I was on there today and I saw things that no one else should see. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, let me read it out. Let me read it out for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm never rude.
I posted
It was
Jess's
rude.
video about carving a spoon.
Oh gosh.
And
Yeah.
I said, I
and
love that I have one of his spoons. I love putting something in my mouth that he once held in his hands.
it went all downhill from there.
And
But
yeah,
that
there's others.
started kind of awkward.
I was mortified.
I thought you would be used to it, not mortified.
She's
No.
mortified, but look at her grinning.
Mortified.
Look at that! Look at that grin.
And poor Jess, he's
I
trying
felt
to.
victimized.
Anyway,
I
you know
felt
what?
Felt
victimized.
victimized.
yeah, right?
Absolutely victimized.
Yeah,
Jess
exactly.
can dish it out as well. Jess can dish it out as well as Russell.
Oh,
Not much.
goodness.
I do less
Yeah.
dishing. Though.
Anyway, Sean, you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Discord.
Welcome to hell.
What am I thinking?
On Discord.
There's
Yeah, I stayed out of that. I stayed out of that conversation. I suck. I had
Chris
nothing
has-
to contribute.
I like to maintain a respectful tone. Maintain a little decorum.
Yeah, we know who's starting all of it, and his name is Russell. Mhm. Yep, that is it.
Russell.
Mhm.
I tell you what, for a very long time I didn't want to make a Discord server because I knew what it would degenerate into. I knew it would be like just a bunch of shit. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think tonight's conversation before we came on to Booxefest was fun and lighthearted, and I was enjoying it. Talking about the Booxefest bus and how we're going to get it on the back of a ship, and how Chris was going to learn to fly a helicopter on YouTube, and that was all good.
Yeah.
The Books bus. Well, here's how it started. We had to go visit Arnie in Iceland. So I was trying to figure out how to get the Boox bus there, and then I thought, well, we might as well just skip that and go to the Boox super yacht.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fair
And
enough.
eventually
No,
there'll probably be a Boox Sikorsky, or
Well, no, a Boox
Yeah.
space station is what we're thinking of. Boox ISS kind of thing.
nice ISS Booxefest. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. It could work.
I just
it
think
could work.
Raspberry Rock will become a country in its own, and it'll become a sovereign nation, and
So can we call it Raspberry
King
Rockistan?
Russell, King City,
Rockistan.
Queen City girl, King Russell.
Yes, country boy. I did see the crap that he was saying about stuff. Anyway,
Think about your mom.
Artie's back from the pub.
yeah.
Well, assuming that Country Boy's mom is Kate Beckinsale, then okay.
Oh gosh.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Twisted and freakish. Yeah.
Oh, City Girl, why do you read that?
Oh, I'm
know what?
sorry. It's there. It's there for everyone to see who's on Discord.
We need to
You
create
guys
a
were
new
going to-
channel, a safe channel, and like only let City Girl look at that channel where we talk about flowers and shit.
Oh, and where Chris, Peanut Trucker, posts pretty pictures apparently. Yeah.
Of flowers.
No. Yeah.
Flowers.
And Carol says good morning to everyone.
Yes, exactly.
Carol's always the first one to say good morning. She's up at like 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, and
I'm just
you
going
wake
to
up and
bed
look at your
Carol
phone
says
and
hello to everybody.
you wake up and look at your phone and go, "Oh, fuck off, Carol! Jesus,
Oh,
I'm just kidding, Carol." Is
goodness.
Carol still here?
Good
We love you,
grief.
Carol.
Oh God.
Sean, you sure you want to be a part of this?
You know, it can't be any worse than the chat link that I have with my brothers, because I have 3 brothers and we are all on one group chat. And the stuff that we say, nobody in the family is allowed to see at all, ever. Because, like, one brother will start talking bad about your mother. The problem is, it's all of our mother. And then everybody will start jumping in on it. And one year we showed it to Mom, and she died laughing. I swear, I thought she was going to fall out of her chair. She was laughing so hard.
I think Sean will fit. I think Sean will fit in perfectly in the Discord group.
Mm-hmm.
He won't. I think you're. I don't want to say demented, but I think you have the right personality for it.
I guarantee you that you can't offend me. I cannot be offended.
No.
So,
I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just trying to say
No,
that I think you have the right
Cannot be
personality.
offended.
Anybody
Discord.
who looks who's like half Santa Claus, I'm sure cannot be offended.
I could probably say something that would send him right round the twist if I really tried.
Well, go for it, man. Just
No, I don't bring out the big guns for free. So
no, don't hold back, man. Don't hold back. Give me your best shot. We'll see what I
holding
can come
back
back
is what
with.
I do best.
What whiskey or scotch do you have tonight, Jess?
oh,
I'm actually drinking tea.
fuck. What are you doing here?
It's a good drink.
What? There's nothing wrong with drinking tea.
I'm
I didn't
drinking Red Hook Ballard's Bitter. This is an Imperial IPA, and the slogan on the bottom is "Ya sure you betcha."
Imperialist IPA.
Oh, we should get Jay and Jen in here because they're doing really well with their YouTube channel as well.
And they're awesome people. They are so funny.
Jay and Jen have been YouTube Raspberry Rock subscribers for so long, and then they start up their YouTube channel and they're just doing fantastic. But I tell you what, anyway, how do I contact you guys, Jay and Jen? Are you on my Facebook? Or is your internet any good tonight?
They were live, so yeah, their internet's awesome because their picture was super clear.
I tried to join their live stream, but then they had to restart, and then they had to restart again. So
That's because they were trying to do the same program that you usually use, and they were having issues getting it set up to begin with.
oh, OBS.
Yeah, OBS. I keep wanting to say OSB, but then I know that's plywood.
Because you work in a grocery store, right?
Yes, we sell that on aisle 3, I think.
Holy shit! There he is.
Yes, he finally figured it out.
All right.
Only took him 6 hours, but he got it.
Oh, you got the hoodie on. We ordered a.
Did my
We ordered a
advice
bunch of.
help you?
Not even any beer stains on it. Not yet, anyway.
I was gonna say
Not
you
yet.
got it to work.
Not yet.
We ordered a bunch of new merch from our store because we set up a whole bunch of new stuff, like a bunch of pea soup stuff because that sounded cool, and just general Booxefest t-shirts because I feel that I shouldn't be, well, not that Pink Floyd The Wall isn't a great t-shirt, but I feel that I should be wearing Booxefest t-shirts during Booxefest.
Still want those gel mugs.
Booxefest gel mugs.
Yes.
Oh, and oh, god damn, that would be awesome. But Teespring is like the worst merchant store ever. I don't want to get into.
Well,
I don't know.
I get. I
I
don't
think
wanna get into it.
we
Anyway,
need the what will Russell.
what would Russell do?
Yeah, WWRD.
What will Russell do? T-shirts. Yeah.
Actually, it's what wouldn't Russell do.
There we go.
Mm.
That's more like it. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it should be that.
Yeah, it should be like an animated gel mug.
That'll be like instead of the secret handshake from now on, it'll be.
That's it. A bobblehead.
Yeah, why don't they make T-shirts that have GIFs on them? You know, like animated pictures. Wouldn't that be cool?
You know, they do have the one pic or the one T-shirt where it's one picture one way, and then you push it all down, and it becomes another picture the other way.
Oh, or how about those holograms where if you move around it, the picture changes? Oh,
I don't know if they do that on shirts, do they?
I bet you
they
do.
should.
It's a
Anyway.
20%. Come on.
Anyway, hey, Tor, welcome. So, Mark, we need to hear about your experiences starting your YouTube channel, and you've been listening to the conversation so far.
Yep. So, yeah, it was. We wanted to try it for a while, especially after watching your trials and tribulations on Raspberry Rock. Yeah, so it was a little bit of a fumble out of the gate because of the fact that I used the phone and I found the phone footage was a little rough, which was fine. I still made video number 1 with it, and it turned out okay. I'll get some better footage next year with some better equipment. But I'm not a very tech savvy guy. Like we use Windows at work, and I bought a Mac. And needless to say, I picked up a GoPro 9, so that was a bit of a learning curve. And then, of course, a DSLR is a whole other piece. My last DSLR was a Rebel 2, so it's going back a ways. But yeah, the technology piece I find is that the piece I'm not struggling with the most, but the stuff that I'm playing with the most. And of course, the editing. DaVinci Resolve, when I first opened that up, it looked like a nightmare until I started playing around with it and then sliding some stuff into it. And then I have my phone off to the side and I pull up YouTube videos on how to do this and how to do that. And it's time consuming. And I can see, Dave, why it takes so long to edit a good video, because it's a learning curve. It's big.
Oh yeah.
But it's fun. I'm telling you, I'm loving every minute of it. It's great stuff. And you can see the progression in videos.
I tell you what, when like I could have tried to teach City Girl how to use Adobe Premiere, but like there's so many tutorials on YouTube, and they're going to be way in what I can tell her. And I sorry, I think am I still here? Oh yeah. So I'm like, and every time I've ever looked for a tutorial or how-to video on Adobe Premiere, I've learned some stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, that would have saved so much time if I'd known that sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like YouTube is such a wonderful resource on how to make YouTube videos.
Well, you know what I do? I watch the YouTube videos, but I my memory's terrible. I write things down, and I make notes of where I saw it on what YouTube video in case I want to go back and refer to it again.
Right.
It's very helpful.
Yeah, a good thing to do would be to create a bookmark tab with all your helpful videos in it. There's one video. It's funny because every now and then you want to blur out something in a video, right? And there's this one video I keep referring to on YouTube on how to do that in Adobe Premiere, but I never bookmark it. I'm always like trying to search it up, going, "What's the right search words I need to find this video?"
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the video is like, the guy starts it off like, "I'm not going to say anything weird. Okay, let's get right into this. Here's how you do it. Okay, you do this." Because so often you start a video, it's like a minute of the guy saying, "Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel where I post videos about da 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 da. And if you haven't checked out my latest video, then you need to do this. And if you want to see videos like this in the future, you should subscribe and do all this stuff. Also, have you seen my merch lately? Because merch is..." I'm like, oh my God, just get on with the fucking video. Right? Like,
But that's how I got started. It was just watching those videos and soaking it up, and then when you try something different, it was another YouTube video, and I'd have it sitting on the phone, and I just play it back until I got it right. And it's,
that's what I was going to say, Mark. Too is like, so yesterday I went to edit my video today, and it's like 33 or 34 minutes long, and it took me like 4 hours to edit that video, right? But that is down from, what would have taken me 10 or 12 hours when I first started doing it.
Yeah.
But so I go through and I edit every segment as I'm going through, and I go, wait, that won't work. Okay, I need music here. What am I going to do here? And when I'm all said and done, I go back and watch the whole thing in the editor again, and I still find 10 other things. And I bet you if I watched that video 5 times, every time I would find 10 more things that I would tweak. But you got to get to a certain point where you just go, that's enough. Stop. And then I'm going to let this thing go. And then when in the beginning, I watched every one of my videos every week that I did on YouTube. And then I would go, oh, shoot, I really should have done that. Or, oh, I really didn't need to do that. Right. But eventually you get to a point where you're like, I'm not going to watch this again because it was too painful to build this thing in the first place. And then you start to realize that, hey, that works for me. That doesn't work for me. But yeah, that's probably the hardest thing for me still today. It's not taking the pictures. It's not talking to the camera. It's when it's all done, putting it together so that it's coherent. Yeah. And so I don't look at it and go, God, I'm an idiot.
You know what I'm doing now is I posted a video today, and then I love the analytics. So as soon as I post a video, like 10 minutes, okay, how many people have watched it? How many new subscribers do I got? And I'm back every half an hour checking to see if it's how it's doing. Oh, 5 people have watched it. Oh, okay.
Russell and I had an interesting conversation about copyright because my latest video is copyright. It's got a copyright issue with it. And in fact, I have quite a few videos that have copyright issues. So when I become monetized,
they're going to make money.
Yeah, and that's not fair. In fact, right now, YouTube is putting ads on my videos. That's not fair.
Well, yes and no. Okay, so when they came out with that whole, we're going to be able to put ads on everybody's video, whether you're monetized or not, there was a lot of people upset about that. And the way I look at it is, they're providing the servers and the advertisement for my videos. So if they think that one of my videos before I was monetized is worth advertising on, then I'm pretty satisfied with the fact that they think it's worth advertising on. And eventually that money will be mine. So I didn't have a problem with them doing that because I looked at it that way. But I've had some copyright nightmares where I have fought it all the way to I was going to get a strike on my account because I was right and they were wrong. A lot of times so the way that works music wise, from what I found out, is that there's a bunch of bots that are basically crawling through YouTube, and when they hear music that is supposedly copywritten by somebody else, these little minor ambulance chaser lawyers, and that's the best way to put it, the nicest way to put it, are saying, hey, I can make some money by nailing these guys because I'll get a percentage of whatever these guys get by turning this in. So I found that using YouTube music will never get me in trouble, generally speaking. And I used music that has got to be unattributed, which means I don't have to put the artist link in there. Yeah. But you get to a certain point where you could do a paid service for music, and that will supposedly protect you from copyrights. But the problem I've had with the paid service is that most of the copyright strikes that I've gotten, supposedly, that I've beat them all, were from using that paid service music. So,
Which service do you use?
so I'm a member of TubeBuddy. So as a member, paying member of TubeBuddy, I get Audio Hero for free. And so it was it's been every time I've used Audio Hero music, not every time, I'd say 50% of the time I use Audio Hero music, I have a problem. Well, almost every time I've said, hey, I'm a paid member of TubeBuddy, which entitles me to my free account at Audio Hero. And here's the link on Audio Hero for the music that I used in this video.
Right.
So say 90% of the time, that's been enough, and they've dropped their copyright claim on my video. But once it went all the way to the final, they disagree. And finally, I just said on that one, I go, look, I'm going to fight this because I have no strikes. So I'm going to go ahead and fight it anyway, because 3 strikes and you're out. But I said, I'm just going to fight because it's not right. And it went, when I challenged it, a lot of times I think they just do that because most people will give up. But I'm Irish and Sicilian. I don't give up. So, yeah. And yeah, when they thought I was going to, they were wrong. But it's a very difficult thing. You can't even have music playing in the background of something that you're doing that the audio comes across before you're going to get nailed for a copyright strike. So if I'm listening to an audiobook while I'm cooking dinner, I can't do that. I have to. So before I have to think of that in my mind before I start to record. You're safe with about 15 seconds of any song, or under 15 seconds of any song, but after that you're going to be in trouble. And so I just avoid.
I think it's under 10 seconds actually, but
yeah, I think it's under 10 as well.
We use I use Epidemic Sound, and it's Automagic.
Right.
When I signed up for the service, I said, here's my YouTube channel. Right. So I use their music and nothing ever comes up. I don't have to do anything about it. But City Girl, if she puts it on, uses the same Epidemic Sound music on her channel, it comes up with copyright strikes, but copyright claims every time.
Yeah.
But anything out of the YouTube music library is you're safe, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yes and no.
I must admit, what's in there, I don't find anything good in there.
There's some great stuff in there. There's some really quality music. I think, and until you get monetized, you should definitely just stick with the YouTube audio library to be safe. But Sean, what do you mean by yes and no?
Just remember that when you're using the YouTube music, that there is music that requires attribution, and there's music that doesn't require attribution. And attribution means that you have to list the song and the artist in your show notes.
You're supposed to. I've never done
supposed
it.
To.
I never
so for me, I just look for the music that doesn't require attribution, and some of it is incredible.
Okay.
But like you're saying, Russell, Epidemic Sound has some great music, and Audio Hero has some great music. But and I think you made this point when we were talking about this before. It might have been on Jess's channel when Jess was doing live one night and you were sitting in. Until your YouTube channel is actually paying you enough to subscribe to one of these music subscriptions, you probably shouldn't do it. Just use the free music from YouTube.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm putting down the author in the song, just to be on the safe side.
I always attribute.
And that's never a bad idea. That's never a bad idea. I mean, here's a person who put together this music. They deserve credit. They really do. Right. Regardless.
Well, one of the things about part of the learning curve for me is and I haven't really tried to do it yet, is to put in the subscribe button in the video and do the cards at the front in the beginning. I guess you can do a card and say, watch my next video or whatever. I mean, anyway, they'll come in time. But,
or like the Rain Dance Bushcraft logo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive stuff out there.
Yeah. I know where to do it in the branding, and I know where to do it, but I haven't done it yet.
You've got to bring your A game.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still working on.
Do you have a logo yet?
Me?
Yes, you, TLC.
No, not yet. No, not even close.
You got to get all over that, man.
I know.
Do it.
I know. I'm gonna get my daughter to do it because she's into graphic arts. She'll do it.
I keep thinking of redoing my logos, but honestly, I can't be arsed. It took me too much work to do them in the first place. The idea of redoing them right now, it's like, oh no.
I like your logo. Why change something if it's not broken?
Man.
Yeah.
So I change, one of the things I do on a regular basis for my page is, because I have a Facebook page that goes with the channel, Sean in Alaska. So I change my header seasonally on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. So for me, if it's pretty dramatic. So for me, if it's winter, obviously everything's frozen and ice and just this massive frozen tundra. And it really draws a lot of attention to it. But as far as branding goes, my branding is me. It's my picture. I don't have anybody who could do the graphic design. Well, I do have somebody who could do the graphic design work for me, but every time I email my daughter with what I'm interested in, and she says she's going to give it to her boyfriend, she never does. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm not going to pay for that. I just think that eventually, I think that the quality outweighs, the quality of what you're putting out there should outweigh whatever kind of stuff that you have there. Right? Does that make sense? I mean, sure, Sean James logo on my Self-Reliance where the bear walks into the thing, and it's cool looking, but I'm not watching his channel for that. I never watched one of his videos because he had that.
No.
I always thought that was kind of cheap.
Yeah. But then I see some people who, I followed forever that had a really neat branding / logo for their channel. And then they changed it like 3 or 4 times. And that drew more attention to me that they changed it than the fact that they ever had one in the first place.
Yeah.
I want to hit Fiverr sometime, and the Fiverr, the website where you can pay like almost nothing for logos and shit like that. I want to do that and do like caricatures of me and City Girl, and you can hit there and just I mean for $5, like a lot of these people just for $5 you can say design me a logo, and if it's no good, then okay, it's $5.
$5.
Right.
But I think you said it earlier, Sean. As your channel evolves, then you can put more resources back into it, and you can up your game, right? I mean, this all takes time, and nothing's going to happen overnight. So,
welcome home, Arnie.
Nice.
You know what's funny is, like, Dave, I was looking at your channel earlier. You still haven't customized your homepage, your YouTube homepage, where you set up your, like, if new people are coming in, here's the video I want to show them. If returning subscribers are coming in, here's the video. And then the shelves where you have playlists and videos and.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. There's
so much. I mean, there's so much to learn too, right? Because a year ago, March 2020, I got back from California on vacation and was immediately put in quarantine because of everything that was going on. And so I spent 2 weeks drinking beer by the campfire, watching YouTube videos on how to build a YouTube channel.
It's a rough life, man. I'm sorry to hear it.
And it was, I mean, it was crazy the way that some of these people were saying, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. But just like Russell was saying, just your page alone. So if you're going to have a playlist, you need a description for the playlist, because that's going to pop up on your page so that when somebody sees your playlist, they'll see the description next to it and know what to expect if they click on that playlist. So it's, and then how to put the little links if you got a Facebook page and you want that little Facebook link. And it was crazy how much more to it there is than I'm just going to make videos and put them on YouTube.
The more you dig,
it's hard to have
the more you dig, the
playlist.
deeper it gets.
I only got 3 videos.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry guys, Duncan's buddy here says Sean James is not cheap. His videos are awesome and amazing, and he's really he's like a really good YouTuber, one of the best I've ever seen. I wasn't saying he's cheap. I was saying the animation of the bear walking was cheap.
Yeah,
it looks like if you spent like $5 more, you would have gotten
his
a better
videos
bear.
are incredible. And everything I learned about how to record a video was trying to emulate something that he did in one of his videos, because his camera work is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's very good on many
his transitions of, I mean,
but you know, it's
so just imagine the transitions required in, he's going to carve this log so that it fits the next log, and you see the back picture of where you see him in his full body, setting the log where it needs to be, grabbing the tool and moving it over and starting to work, and then all of a sudden the camera zips into him working on that notch on that log that he's working on, and then the camera backs up enough so you see chips flying off, but it's no longer focused. It's just amazing what that guy does. He is top notch. He is his camera works phenomenal. I'm always blown away when I watch a video he does.
So
and you
I
know
think
what?
he records all day. I mean, and he's really good at editing.
I don't think he does. I don't think he edits his videos anymore either. I think it's a natural talent to know how to shoot in the progression of something. I think that's very natural.
Okay.
Damn. God damn, I had another point I was going to make. Shoot, now I forget.
So another thing I'll just say to Mark and Dave too is, one of the best things I was ever given in the way of advice was, if you want to make YouTube videos and you want to be successful, generally speaking, you better put out a video every week, and don't worry about how long it is, and don't worry about how bad it is in the beginning, because every one of my videos is still available to watch. And if you go watch episode 1 of mine, you will freaking cringe, because we were talking earlier about holding the cell phone the wrong way. I had no idea I was supposed to turn my cell phone the other way when I recorded everything.
Oh, come on now.
They are terrible, but I will leave them there, because every once in a while I'll go back and watch one just to see the difference between when I started and where I'm at. And it's huge, man. And you'll pat yourself on the back when you go back and look at what you did early on and what you did a year later. It'll blow your mind.
Sean, so Russell, when we first bought the property, so he started out recording for me. That's how the YouTube channel started, was that he was recording for me videos from using his phone, right? To show this is what the property looks like. I'm really looking at a property. I'm really not up to any, I'm not like up to any good or anything like that.
I wasn't spending the weekend at a strip club and
exactly.
coming back and saying, I looked at
I'm not just drinking beer in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. So that was his proof to me that, hey, this is like legit. And it was really interesting, because if you go back to the beginning of his videos, that's what he was using. He was using his phone, because those were like video diaries to me, to show me, Alicia, this is what our property looks like. This is what, possibly the cabin, this is where it's going to go, et cetera, et cetera. So I totally get that. And I don't know if Russell wants to weigh in on that, but yeah.
Those original videos were like mainly for City Girl, but also in the back of my mind, I thought maybe I'll do a YouTube channel. Maybe I'll use this video someday for YouTube videos, I guess, maybe. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't until I watched that South Park episode where they go to collect money from YouTube for the one video, what in your butt?
I never saw that.
I saw that video and I was like, people are getting paid for making YouTube videos? Is that real? That can't be real, right? This is just bullshit, right?
It's funny, I had a similar epiphany, although mine wasn't via South Park. I was watching a Wrangler Star video, and they were doing a Q&A, and one of the questions was, I don't know, it was something about what would your dream career be, and he said, like, if I wasn't a YouTuber, it would be blah blah blah. And I was like, wait, he does YouTube as a career? You get paid for this? And just who knew that, a mere God knows how many years later, I would be making tens of dollars off of YouTube.
Yeah, not just one, but tens.
Tens.
I don't want to brag, but in the last 3 months, I've made $63.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
ridiculous.
Nice.
And I have managed to spend it all on beer.
I tell you what, as soon as you start making money, you can start writing off things. My accountant did say I can write off beer if I've used it in a beer review on YouTube.
Dude, there's beer in every single thing I do on YouTube. So you just made my entire life.
Well, he said, but you got to catalog it. Like every time you have a beer, you got to write it down. It's got to appear somewhere. And I got thinking about it. I'm like, well, I could start up a second channel where every time I drink a beer, I do a video of it and put it up, kind of like John Drink YouTube channel, 10,000 videos of him drinking water. If I did that every single time, I could put it all under YouTube income. Even though that other channel doesn't make any money, I could write off every beer I drink. As long as I took video of it.
Right.
Wow. God bless YouTube.
Well, that's one of the joys of being self-employed. You gotta, and I was, and you gotta keep track of everything you do, spend. I got binders here full of friggin' receipts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Arnie was. I don't. In the first 50? I'm not sure if you were in the first 50, Arnie. You're definitely in the first 300.
So before I ever knew about Booxefest or anything like this, I was just searching up building a cabin in the wilderness, basically. And so a couple of channels I came up with was Sean James, obviously, and then it was Russell. And I'm watching him, and that's back when I actually watched Russell's videos. And so I'm watching this, and I'm like, whatever. And then I don't know where I was at, but I was in somebody's, and it might have been Zen that did this, right? That Henry that got me. He goes, "Have you ever been?" And I think it was him. "Have you ever been to Booxefest?" And I go, "What the hell are you talking about? I have no idea what this is." And then I started hanging out here on your live chats. But before that, I had no idea who you were, other than the fact I watched like 20 of your videos going, okay, how do you do this? How do you do that? So the community is so small. It's awesome. It really is. If you're in whatever your niche is, when you get into YouTube and whatever you want to record, you're going to find out that there's a community of people in there that just make it so much more fun.
Oh yeah. Well,
but it's really interesting, right? Because when I was back up at the cabin a couple of weeks ago, we were watching Greg and Katie, their live stream, and Russell and I were talking about it. You know what? While there is a niche for off-grid cabin living, it's amazing how not this community of off-grid living, it's very different from channel to channel. So
Right.
you might have similar subscribers, right? That go to your channel, Sean, or whoever. But then with Greg and Katie, it was, do we recognize anyone? No, not really. Maybe a couple of people. But it's really interesting because I thought that off-grid living was a very small, well-known community, right? Where everyone sort of intermingled with one another, but not necessarily so.
Right.
True.
Across Canada or the United States. Yeah, very interesting.
You know what I find amazing is if any other channel that I come across that's similar to my channel, any kind of off-grid living or cabin building or anything like that, if I go to any of their videos and go through the comments, I'm like, I don't recognize anybody. There might be 2 people that I recognize from commenting on my videos. And I'm like, and that's the same for every single channel. I don't recognize any of these people. I'm like, holy crap, there are a ton of people who subscribe to just this channel, but not my channel, or not this channel, or the other channels. Like, that's amazing. I expected to see way more crossover.
So one of the things I noticed about that being true, what both of you guys are saying, I mean, I noticed that early on. I go, okay, how come somebody is subscribed to, Russell, but not subscribed to me? Or how come somebody subscribed to me, but not subscribed to Russell? So like when I go live, because I've noticed, Russell, you do it all the time. You shout people out all the time. I shout out all these other channels. So I shout out Jay and Jen. I shout out you guys. I shout out Jess when Jess jumps in, and a litany of other channels, because I think that the people that are subscribed to me that aren't subscribed to other people that I am subscribed to or that I know mainly just don't know they exist. So a great example of that is today. So I have chickens. Pretty obvious, right? So I have 9 chickens, and I can't eat all the eggs that the 9 chickens lay. Today I walked out there was 10 eggs today. I grab the eggs every day. So somehow I think one of my chickens is escaping and stealing eggs from some other nest somewhere around. So
that's the chicken you got to eat.
Yeah, that's the chicken you got to keep, because that chicken's making me money. So I have a stack. I have a stack of 18-pack eggs sitting on my table over here, and they're 2 weeks old. That's it. Well, I live in Alaska, so it takes a week for eggs to get here. I'm thinking these are all fresh, not a problem. So I let everybody know, hey, I got eggs for sale. If you want to buy them, let me know. And I'm just selling an 18-pack for $5. So today, one of my viewers, who happens to actually live close by to me, comes in and meets me after work. And so I get to meet her, and I get to meet her husband. Nice couple. And we're talking for about 30 minutes in the parking lot of the store where I work. And all of these channels that she watches, I watch. But she's never realized that I'm also in all of their live chats when they're live. And she goes, well, wait, I think I actually found you in this live chat. So that's why I really make it a point when I go live to make sure to shout out every other channel that may be around me, so that I could try and maybe drive traffic into them as well. Because if I watch you and you watch me, then you're probably going to like them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's funny what you say about the live chats, because I tend to lurk in live chats for a long time before, or just live streams before I even comment to say hello. I know for Jess's channel, I watched it probably for about a year without saying finally hi everybody, and same with Russell's. I was watching Booxefest before I commented any time. So
I think that's an opportunity for everybody to actually promote the niche they're in and other channels that are in that niche. But you're right, Alicia. I mean, you go to channels and you'll jump onto their live because you jumped onto YouTube and it suggested it to you. And I'll go check them out, and you go, they're doing what I'm doing, but I don't know that person. How is that possible? And I think it's just the networking part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna sign off, guys. Maybe Jay and Jen want to jump on. I got to go help my neighbor tomorrow morning frame some interior walls, so I'm gonna call it an early night. It was great chatting with everybody. Take care. Stay soon.
Good night, David.
Bye.
Quitter.
Oh, perfect timing. Holy smokes, he nailed that. Quitter.
Zing.
Is he got it yet? And quitter.
I've been training Jess in the off time, on the off hours.
You've got to feel like a proud parent right now, Russell. It just happened.
Well, I wanted a kid with more hair, to be honest.
God only created a few perfect heads. He put hair on the rest of them, right, Jess?
Right.
David's going to show up later, isn't he? Because he's notorious for that. He is notorious for that. I'm calling it. He'll say goodnight and then he shows up.
Yeah.
Well, if he'll come back and he'll say, "Oh, I couldn't sleep."
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Mark, where are you at?
Right now, Sudbury, north of Sudbury.
Okay.
But the place I want to be at full time is Manitoulin Island, where the camp is. So it's.
So is that where Countryside Acres is?
Not quite sure. Island, actually, it's a fairly big island, but I'd have to look it up. I think it sounds like we're actually doing that right now.
It sounds familiar to me because there's another YouTube channel that talk about off grid. They bought 100 acres and built a house, 100% off grid. Just awesome family. They're super Christian, so a lot of people would get turned off of that just because of their religious connotations in every video. But incredibly beautiful place. I think that's where they're at.
It could be. It's the island's big. It's it's awesome. It's cedars, no bugs, so I don't have to suffer through what poor city girl and Russell have to live through in the springtime.
No, what? Wait, no bugs?
Seriously. Well, so we have a little bit of mosquitoes, but no black flies. Zero black flies.
Is that because of the wind off the lake?
Partially, and no standing water too, right? So it's actually great to leave here and go there because the bugs are gone.
Right.
So as an Alaskan, I guess I have to ask, what's a black fly? Because we just have mosquitoes.
It's a smaller version of a mosquito, but twice as it drives you crazy twice as much.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, we've got mosquitoes and no-see-ums, and they're just terrible.
Always a black fly everywhere I go. Nobody here knows that? Black fly song? Nobody?
No.
None of you are aware of the NFB? Well, Sean, you're probably not, but NFB, right? National Film Board.
Yeah, aware of that. Yeah, totally. Yep.
Black fly song. Log Driver's Waltz. Any of these?
Well, the Log Driver's Waltz. Yep, I played it in one of my videos.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
But sing the Black Fly song for us.
I refuse. I don't sing for free.
Wow.
My feelings are hurt. I'm angry.
After all the donations on your channel towards your new PC, you're
my!
I don't sing for free.
You know, it's
that's like 35 cents Canadian right there.
You know, that is cruel and unusual.
Am I wrong though?
But Jess, would you expect anything less from Russell? Like seriously?
Of course not. I mean, I come around because I need my daily dose of abuse and because otherwise my ego just gets so huge.
Oh, jeez.
And it's funny you say that, Sean, around how you stumbled across, how you got onto YouTube. It was exactly the same way for me. Was watching some videos of Sean, and then I stumbled across a few of Russell's videos, and that's how I got hooked up, and then that's when I really got the itch to try something different. Yeah, it just took me this long to get into the game.
So, like one of my first videos I ever did. So why I actually recorded or did a first YouTube video is because I have 2 daughters and I cook. I love to cook, and I knew I was moving to Alaska, and I told them, hey, look, Christmas dinner, you guys want to know how Dad cooks his prime rib? You have to pay attention. And of course, my 2 daughters are stupid, and they didn't pay attention to their father. And I told them, you guys are going to ask me for this recipe. And, and I jokingly said in the comments earlier that they're adopted. Well, and that's what I tell them all the time. You must be adopted because you can't be mine. But so they both, sure enough, the first year I was in Alaska, Dad, how do you make your prime rib? Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of giving you the recipes for how I cook stuff. So whenever you ask me for a recipe now, there's a YouTube video that I'll create, and you have to watch the YouTube video to get the recipe. And they're all whatever. So I think one of the first videos I ever did was how to make prime rib, because it's like the easiest kind of meat. So then it became, Dad, how do you do this? Okay, it's a YouTube thing. And it was basically the thing that Russell hates. A photograph with text. There's no audio. There's no nothing. Okay. It's a photograph with text in the photograph, right? But then I got to thinking, well, I'm in Alaska, and they're asking, how are you doing? What are you doing? So I started making videos so they could see what their dad's doing. But it was at the same time watching videos, Mark, and going, it's like the first time I ever made beer. Did it have alcohol in it? Yes. Could I get drunk? Yes. But could it taste much better? Oh, yes. So then it became, how do I do this right? So, it's a sickness.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to explain it is, if you've got that mentality where you're going, okay, sure, I could do this every week, but how do I make it so that I'm proud of it? And a great example is my daughter was watching, my oldest daughter was watching today's video with my grandson, and I went through a time lapse, a speed up to music of me clearing all this snow with this snowblower where the cabin's going to go.
Right.
And my daughter says, "Hey, your grandson wants to know how you moved all that snow so fast." So my grandson was watching my video,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "That's awesome! I am so fired up." So if I
Right.
got no views on today's video at all, but my grandson wanted to know how Grandpa moved that snow so fast, I got all the views I wanted on that video.
Fair enough.
And I'll be honest, I didn't start the channel to make cash. It was to share what I've got on the island, right? It's a special
Exactly.
that special things that not a lot of people get a chance to see. So it's about sharing that. Now it's transforming quickly into something different because now I find myself looking at the analytics. I find myself doing stuff that I didn't think I would be doing, but it's fun. The journey is fun. And
It is.
So somebody on Discord earlier was saying, "Oh, I'd never look at the analytics. The data means nothing to me." But I tell you what, you start putting up videos, and you'll love looking at the analytics.
Mhm.
You'll like so love it. It's so much fun.
And it is, because you'll see different stuff every day. So even if, like today, right, my video of today did not do what my videos have done for the last couple of weeks. And the nice thing about YouTube is it tells you how does this one rank in your last 10 videos. But all I see is one green arrow. Oh, my watch time is way up. So that's so cool to me because I go, all right, so the people who watch my videos on a regular basis watch more of this. I'm pretty fired up about that. But then a couple of weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks, actually it's been longer now, so it's probably been about 10 weeks ago now, I did one called An Idiot in Alaska.
Right.
Ton of views, no view time. But I picked up a ton of subscribers. I'm all, nice. So there's always something that gives you an attaboy when you're done, a pat on the back, if you look at those analytics, because you'll see something that you excelled at in that video compared to previous videos.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Mark. How awesome is it to get comments on your videos?
I love it. I got it. You're in a little bit of a different world than I'm in right now, but I'm watching for every comment so I can get some feedback, and it gives you a little bit of direction at the same time, where maybe you can try something a little bit different. Like, for example, lots of comments about my dogs. Lots of people love animals and want to see more of the dogs, so I'll make sure they're in some of the upcoming videos for sure. But I love the comments, and I'll never miss giving somebody some feedback until I get to a stage where there's a million comments coming in. But yeah,
Right.
I'd like to get to that stage first.
I remember the early days and getting comments and like, oh, it's like a drug. Like just right in here, just you come in and you go, oh, right here.
My first exciting YouTube moment was when I got my first thumbs down on a video.
Right.
Because I thought, wow, somebody disliked this so much, they actually felt motivated to click the thumbs down. I'm all, yes.
Well, and now we can't even, you got to dig into your analytics to see how many thumbs down you got in a video.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But I'm with you, Mark. I when you get a comment on a video, it kind of justifies whatever you had to do that week to get that video put up. And so as a creator, and now you guys, I would ask you guys this question too, every one of you. Since you started doing YouTube videos, do you find yourself wanting to comment more on other people's videos that you watch? Does it? Yeah. To me, it's become more important that I watched your video, so I'm going to let you know that I acknowledged what I saw in your video, so that I know that you feel better about what you did.
There are two things that I'm going to say about that. One, yes, I do try to comment as much as I can, just to show someone that I'm watching their stuff. But like, I've got this narrative that I've told about how, when I was a younger guy, I was really owning my inner asshole, until an event that sort of showed me that I was not bringing anything good into the world by being that way. And so my philosophy on YouTube is I will only reach out and touch someone with a comment if it's not going to be something negative.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I have this cheesy sort of motto that, I want to bring the light when I'm online. I don't want to. I will give some constructive criticism if it will be clear to the person receiving it that I want their channel to succeed. I'm never going to troll some guy. Sometimes I really freaking want to, but I'm not going to troll someone. All I do is, hey, great video. I'll ask a question about something in the video that caught my eye, maybe. But because you know what? I used to direct black box theater, okay? And I have never walked out halfway through a play because when I was directing, if I saw someone get up and leave halfway through my play, it would have gutted me completely. And so I always bring that to everything I do. I can handle being trolled in my comments because let's face it, we get trolled. Yeah. It takes real balls to create something and put it out into the world. Mm-hmm. Everyone here who's creating videos, whether you're starting or you've got like 1 million subs, I guess I was pissing off City Girl. She gone. But like any of us who put anything out into the world, it's an act of bravery, right? You're opening yourself up to being trolled. There's a real sort of vulnerability that you're committing yourself to when you decide to be a content creator. And this is true, by the way, of Instagrammers and stuff as well, TikTokers and all that stuff. Especially because on TikTok, man, people just eviscerate each other.
They're brutal.
Holy cow. It's like, man, this is high school on like speed. But anyways, I just wanted to say, like, as someone who creates, I don't want to tear down someone else who creates because they're putting themselves out into the world in a much more vulnerable way than we sometimes think as well. And I want people to do that. And it's the same as someone's trolling my ass. I say, look, make a video. If you don't agree with me, make a video. Put something in the world, and then we'll have the conversation.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just a little keyboard, whatever the term is. What's the word? Keyboard
warrior?
Keyboard warrior, thank you.
Yeah.
That took way longer than I was hoping to.
So basically what you're saying is you don't want to channel your inner Russell.
No, of course not. Because Russell does it better.
Well, so Mark, let me ask you, have you received any negative comments yet on your videos?
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
But the total of my comments is sitting around 40.
Sit tight. Sit tight.
Incoming. In 5, 4,
3,
like
2.
Russell and Jesse, but like, you're such a bitch.
Yeah, so I'm not even subscribed to you.
Yeah. So most people know that I wear a kilt when I'm doing my videos, and I actually do wear the kilt like 99.9% of the time. When I'm home, I usually change into the kilt. If I'm going to be outside, the kilt is on. And I just love wearing this stupid thing. And it started as a joke, but it's become kind of my thing now, and I love wearing it. The number of times I've got a comment saying, hey, got into the video, saw you were wearing a dress, decided to turn it off. And I just go, hey, no problem, man, I understand. Good luck. You have to get to a point, too, where you have to let a lot of that stuff just wash off your back.
Right.
Because, like Jess said, you got something better to show? Then make a video.
Come on, man. Make a vid. Let us see it. Let us see it.
Yeah. I love it. In last Friday's video, one comment that I saw was on Russell's video was, I really like the dogs in Russell. I don't care so much for City Girl. Okay. Hey, whatever.
So
that's fine.
Like, that's got to be like 1 out of like 10,000 comments about City Girl that's negative.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know what? Everyone's got their preference.
Hold on. You know what that points to? That points to the fact that when we receive a negative comment, it burns into us. And it shouldn't. All the happy comments should burn into us. But then that negative comment that comes along, we're like, fuck, like, could I have done that better? Could I have done something there? Or is it?
Well, that's it.
Especially if the negative comment is constructive and not just like, you're a fucking asshole. If it's constructive, like,
you remember the negative comments versus the happy comments, I think, more. And
I've been in retail my entire life, and one negative comment about a retail establishment will get to everyone, where one positive comment will get to 2 people.
Mhm.
And that's, so you have to own them, right? And I'll never forget, I got a negative comment on a video, I don't know, weeks ago, and it was very negative, very, very condescending, negative video. So I pinned it to the top of my comment section and answered it. And when I got done answering it and pinned it to the top of my comment section, that person actually commented back and go, "Oh, okay, I understand why you're doing it that way. Awesome, thank you." And I got more messages from people that were subscribers to my channel, you know, via Facebook and everything else, that went, "Wow, you just hammered that person." And I go, "But I didn't hammer them. I didn't belittle them. But I let them know why I did what I did the way I did it."
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times it's like texting, right? When you text somebody, they can't actually understand the emotions behind your fingers as you're texting. So they read it one way when you sent it another way. So I guess being in retail for all those years, I look at it as, okay, here's somebody who's negative to what I'm doing, but I want to bring them over to, if I can't bring them over to why I did it that, or to be the positive end of that, I want them to understand why I did it that way. And that I get what they're saying, but, you know, because it's a business. You know, it wasn't when I first started doing this, but like Russell is surprised. You've told me a million times, you know, that you are popular, you are, you know, somebody that people are watching, so you have to learn to handle it that way. And that's probably been difficult more than anything in doing this, is that when somebody says, "Oh, you're so-and-so," or "You're so-and-so," you know, it's just a different thing that most people aren't used to dealing with.
A lot of the time, if you have a negative comment like that and you just pin it to the top of the thing and don't even answer, your core subscribers will come in and just murder the person, right?
I didn't want that to happen though, so I answered it because I didn't want them to beat this person up, because I could see what they were saying, even though it was negative. So I wanted to answer it to a point where hopefully I could draw them into me. But if not, then the core subscribers can jump.
Meanwhile, here's Russell and Jesse. Pin. I don't get angry. I have people to do that for me.
That was straight out of the movie Old School, was it? Or something?
Is it? With
Rodney Dangerfield? And that guy's like, "Are you going to get violent?" And he's like, "No, I don't get violent. I get angry. When I get angry, he gets violent." The guy stands up, crushes the thing in his hand, and is like, "Ah!" Like, holy shit.
But it's almost like, you know, you're not calling people out, right? You're calling people in.
Right.
You're calling people in instead of like shaming and blaming them, because that's not the intention. It's really, you're calling them into the conversation. Okay, so let's talk about this, right?
So there was a YouTube channel that I watched before I did this, before I moved to Alaska. And it was a couple that, I forget where they were living, but they were living in a trailer, and they built a little box enclosure around their trailer, and they were going, you know, they were going to build a house and do all this stuff, and they were a fun couple. And at this point, I actually forget what the name of the channel is. If somebody were to say it, I'd remember it. But I'll never forget, I watched a video one time from this guy, Fishy, and
Marceau.
He ranted and raved about people not watching the commercials, that they were basically stealing money out of his pocket. And I thought to myself, okay, as a YouTube viewer, I don't want to hear that. I'm not watching you to hear you complain about how much money you're losing because I click skip on your commercial.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that really stuck with me. So much to the point that when I go live, I run that little video in the beginning so that everybody could get through the commercials and everything on that.
Wait. Was that another YouTube channel?
Yeah, it was another YouTube channel.
Was it Pure Living for Life?
There we go. That was them.
They fucked themselves so badly.
Did they really not? I mean, because they were a fun channel to watch.
I totally forgot they existed.
They fucked themselves so badly. It's a longer conversation.
It is, and there was a lot more to that besides just that.
And
comment.
in fact, I want to on Discord, I will post a whole thing about them because you have no idea what's going on with them.
Oh no, I do.
Oh, I'm not sure you do. I went right down the rabbit hole, and there are PDFs about these about that couple.
Dude, there was a Facebook page dedicated to the hatred of that channel. And I saw the stories behind them, and I went, "Oh my god!" When I saw what was going on, but I'm like, "Wow."
I mean, I forgot about them, but what the heck did I? I guess this isn't a conversation that happened in public, but I had forgotten they even existed.
Because they haven't posted videos in like 2 years now. Because of all the shit that came out. Anyway, fascinating story. I don't want to get into it tonight because we could go on and on and on about it. But I'll talk about it on Discord because...
Okay, yeah, because that was exactly the channel too, Russell. And I was like, because I watched them
right away.
I'm all, this is so cool. You know, they're doing this, they're doing that. And man, I was like, wow, holy crap, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you got to be in touch with what your viewers' intentions are, right? Like, I'm not going to watch a video to be berated by the guy.
Yeah.
You know, look, it's best for any of us here who are monetized that people watch through the adverts. But you know what? If I'm not watching through all the damn adverts when I'm watching other people's stuff.
No.
You know, if it's a smaller channel, I try to let them roll and I go off and like make a cup of tea or something while they're on. But I skip video ads on my own damn videos.
Right.
I'll tell you what it is. I tell you what I tell people. I was like, because people have told me, hey, I watch every ad that comes up on your videos, and I'm like, hell, don't do that. If the ad is interesting to you, then watch it. But if not, then don't watch it because, my God, there's like 48-minute ads on there.
Yeah, there's some that are ridiculous.
Yeah, don't watch that shit.
And somebody actually commented on one of my videos like, last week. They're all, yeah, you know, there was this ad on there that was about. I go, first of all, look, you need to understand, I have no control over what ad they're going to put on my video.
Yeah.
I said, but I'm glad that you got information from it. You know.
Arnie has the best point here. If people hate ads, and like lots of people have said on my videos, like, oh, there's lots of ads on your video. I'm like, goddamn, get YouTube Premium because it's win-win. Your favorite YouTuber gets more money because you're a YouTube Premium, and you don't have to see any ads on. Like it's great. It's like, what is it in Canada? It's like $12 a month or something.
It's cheap. It's cheap in the States too.
That's cheap. That's nothing.
But to Alicia's point earlier, you know, when I watch a YouTube video, it's to take me to a different place and not to a negative place. And I always keep that in the back of my mind whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing when it comes to what I'm publishing. And I got it, I'm only 4 videos in, but that will be something that is part of the foundation of what I do. Because I want people to go to a different place rather than to a negative one.
Right. Fair enough. And one of the things like lives, right? So Russell is adamant about no politics on his live. And I am so much the same way, because my thought is that you can get that anywhere that you want to turn on the TV and watch the news. But when you're here, I want you to escape to here. I want this to be the place that you have fun, and when you walk away, you're like, man, I had such a good time last night. Mm-hmm. You know, and I've seen too many people go down that political path and lose so many people. Me included. I'll get to a point where I go, yeah, you know what? I'm not into this. I'm here to lose myself tonight. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You know, and I agree with you so much, Mark. I want you to, you know, when you watch a video of Sean in Alaska, I want you to go, this guy's an idiot. Or I want you to go, man, I wish I could live like this guy lives. Or wait, why is he doing everything wrong? But I don't ever want you to think about anything that's going on in the world, because I want me to be an escape from everything else.
Yeah. You know, I think also 30 years ago, you could have, like, I'm not going to dive too deep into this because it's not political, but a long time ago, people on the right and people on the left could disagree
Right.
and yet still have a beer together, because conservatives and the left in Canada and Republicans and Democrats in the States, they were disagreeing on fiscal policy rather than social conservatism.
Yep.
Now, everyone is so bloody entrenched and hating on each other that it's best to just step the heck away from it. Like,
Everything's
I'm not
so
interested
polar.
in what anyone's politics are when they come to my channel. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what mine are either, because that's not what a bushcraft station. Well, the thing is, in this sort of
Genre.
Yes, there is a certain political leaning almost
Right.
across the board, which I do not share. So maybe it's partly self-preservation.
Well,
But it's like, 10 years ago, I could sit down and have a drink with someone who's on the opposite spectrum of me, because we're talking about fiscal issues rather than the weird sort of dark stuff that everyone's going through right now. And I'm just like you, Sean. I don't come here, have fun. We're going to talk about the forest, man. We're going to talk about the woods. We're going to talk about knives and axes and canoes and stuff that is fun.
Right.
Why wreck that?
exactly. You want that, you go somewhere else and watch that. But here, you're going to escape, and we're going to have a great time. And when you're done, you're going to go, man, I look forward to seeing that guy next week.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great video, by the way, Jess. Yeah, you got some skill there, buddy.
Which the one from?
The
Are we
spoon.
Friday today? So that one went up today, right? Because we're Friday.
The spoon,
Yes.
yep.
So now I got to go watch Jess's video because I'm assuming he went full Dick Prenicky and made himself a pancake spoon.
I have made a pancake spoon before, but no, this was different. You know what? This one was a recut of a video I did a couple of years ago, and it was just obnoxiously long. It was just like I was showing and this is how we carve, and then like 10 minutes of like full on like ASMR kind of and it's like I'm bored of this video and I made the stupid thing. So I recut it because I don't know, I was having a conversation last week, maybe with Russell or someone. But was it Russell? I think so. And so I just recut the damn video, took out all the fat, left in just the meat, and it's a way more solid video. Because here's the thing, I've learned a lot about how to make videos in the past couple of years as well.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Like I started my channel, I believe, in 2013, and all of that time has been me learning more and better how to do this. When someone approaches my channel for the first time, I say, ignore everything before 2018. I had like 4 good videos before 2018. But since 2018 is when I've been really working my butt off, Yeah. And that video is just a perfect example of how sometimes maybe go back and recut something. Like if you're watching one of your videos and think, I could have done this better, do it better. Just put recut in the title, so that you're not hiding the fact that it's a pre-existing video.
Yeah. I want to get some video of the. I still have a lot of work to do on the camp, so all the finishing work is going to be all milled cedar from the property. And
can't beat the smell of cedar, eh?
No, you can't beat it. We have a mill on the property that my son went and I went halves on. So I want to get some great footage of that, yanking the trees out of the wood, milling it on the mill. It's therapeutic, and maybe therapeutic if you do it as well. But that'll be my learning as well, is how to edit that properly, so it's not Mark pushing that thing for half an hour. It's catching the right material to make sure it's hits the audience.
Yeah, which is what I used to do. Is like I would show way too much of the process.
Yeah.
And so I've been cutting out more and more of it, and just sort of trying to ride the line of having the process shown, but not. It's such a fine line between showing a good section of a process. Here I am carving a spoon with a knife, and okay, this is getting pedantic. you know, and it's like you got to cut it right. It's like interesting pet slice.
It's
Right,
interesting.
That was a good video, though. I enjoyed that video.
Very good video.
But don't underestimate the power of like just a simple ASMR video of carving wood. Like if you could take out all the talking you did and just do a carving wood video, like a lot of people would really enjoy that.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Sometimes I find myself watching a video, and Sean James is a great example where he's doing something and there's no
Hold on,
audio
Sean.
in it,
Hold on,
in it
John.
at all.
Hold on, John.
So interesting, right? When Russell was showing me Jess's video on carving the spoon, I had noticed that in the feed, in the YouTube feed, there was an ASMR carving spoon video, which then gave me an idea that, hey, maybe that's something that I need to explore, right? Being ASMR. Not that I want to steal Jess's thunder by any means. Jess, you can go ahead and do that. Totally. But yeah, that's my thinking, that I get the tools, and much like my rolling pin video, that I would do like an ASMR video.
Who was I talking to? You finish.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Jess. Go ahead.
Because I was just about to riff off of exactly what you were saying. I was speaking to someone a few months ago now about how I would like to try doing a few videos where I'm making something and I'm not. You know, where I'm just showing the process and I'm not talking, because there are entire channels out there where there's this guy like who does really primitive skills, like building a mud oven to I don't know what, but like he never talks.
Primitive technologies.
Yeah, I think that's it. That guy never says a thing. And my favorite of this, and City Girl, you might have come across this guy as well, is Mr. Chickadee, okay? Because this guy's doing woodwork, and his skills are wicked, but he never talks. So all you hear is like the plane going across the oak, kind of thing, you know, and like, or maybe using a mallet to tap in stuff. But I feel that ASMR is too faceted because I'm someone who sometimes needs that to get to sleep. Okay. And so there's a visual aspect, right? Which I can't do because I can't be watching it. I just need the sound. Like everyone's a little different about ASMR, and for some people it just doesn't work at all. But so I sort of see Mr. Chickadee as almost on the visual side, and he's not making ASMR video. That's not what he's there to do. But it sometimes has kind of the same effect. Like you just zen right the hell out.
Absolutely. There's like this genre, and it's predominantly in like Southeast Asian culture, where they call them silent YouTubers.
Okay.
Where you don't see their face, but you see their actions. So they're going about daily life or whatever, but you never see their face. So it's a somewhat of a sensory experience, and that really appeals to me because I don't like talking. I don't like to be seen in front of videos. Russell knows this, and I want to be that silent YouTuber where I just want to do. I just want to do whatever it is that I'm doing, and I want the audience to experience the sights and the sounds of Raspberry Rock. So that's what I'm trying to bring through my channel. Whereas Russell is, well, he's Russell.
But I mean, the nice thing about where you guys are, and both your channel names, is that you can both hit either, that side of what Raspberry Rock is.
And there's a lot to be said for what City Girl's doing with the ASMR too. So like I was saying before she started talking, and I'm a huge fan of those kind of videos because my mind automatically goes, the first thing that my mind automatically says when there's no talking is, what is this person doing? So then my attention gets focused on that video and I can't turn it off until I realize what's going on. And 99.9% of the time, I got to watch it finish because I'm all, okay, I got to see how this ends. And to me, it's more entertaining than Sean talking and explaining what he's doing in one of his videos, because you've captured my attention completely in those kind of videos. I love them. I'm a huge fan. So like you were saying, if and I'm pointing at you, which you can't see because you're all here. But what you're saying, Alicia, is if you were to do that spoon in an ASMR version of it, the first thing would be, okay, I know she's going to make something, but what's she going to make? Now, if I watch Jess do it, and then I watched you do it, to me, that would be two totally different videos, even though you're doing the same exact project. So if I'm doing something and somebody came behind me and copied exactly what I did and did it in an ASMR version, I would never see that as a negative. I would be like, oh my gosh, that was incredible. Because I didn't visualize it when I did it, doesn't mean that I wouldn't really love what they did. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that type of video because, like I said with Sean James, a lot of times he'll be doing something and I'll watch it and I'll be, okay, where are we going with this? And it just engages your emotion and your imagination completely. And I love those kind of videos.
You guys got your...
Whoa. Can we just pause for a second here? I got to get my tequila shot. Hold on 1 second.
I guess I got to get something. I don't know what I'm going to get yet.
Here, Jess, I'll get you something.
Why don't you just pour your colored water all over your face and...
Because it's finished. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something.
I'll tell you what, the ASMR stuff works really well if you're in the right environment.
Yeah.
Like I could give an example of the Almazan kitchen guys. They go off in the forest and they cook food over an open fire. That would not work if they were just sitting in their garage, cooking over a propane stove. That would never be the same. You wouldn't be able to get away with. It's not ASMR. You wouldn't be able to get away with no talking. It'd just be like, oh shit, this is dull fucking shit. But they're in the forest. There's always a stream in the background, and that's beautiful and it's engaging and it's.
So without trying to sound too ignorant, I don't know if they're Filipino or if they're just Pacific Islanders. But I'm sure you've seen the videos of the guys that are just, they create their own tools and then they carve, the entire domicile out of clay soil.
Yeah, some of those guys are bullshit.
Well, I know, but still, it's that would not work that wouldn't work in Jess's backyard.
I like the primitive technology guy is legit, but all of those other ones are like, hey, look at these two guys as they dig a huge fucking pool out of nothing, and then they're gonna fill it with water with these little bowls that they have.
Yeah.
But what you don't see is the 200 guys that are just standing behind the camera for when they stop recording, and they all come in and go, okay, because they're going to make so much money off that video that they're all going to get paid really well for that day's work.
You just ruined
Sean's
that
getting
for me. I thought that was real.
Wait, Sean's getting something.
Oh.
What he believes he's getting whiskey.
Nice.
Jinx.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Love you all. Woof.
I'm not pounding this.
Pound it,
I'm not
Jess.
pounding this. It was way too expensive.
You've drank colored water all night, Jess. Pound that sucker.
So good.
God, I love Irish whiskey.
I love to do
Skull,
another one.
Artie.
Ishkavala, the water of life.
Yep.
Hey, Jess. While I'm thinking about it, can you? You're set as an admin on my StreamYard. Can you do things? Can you change the layout and put comments on the screen and stuff?
Let me see.
Why can't I put comments on the screen? I can't even chat with people.
I think that's intentional.
Yeah,
You
clearly.
should be able to chat with people. Are you on the right comment thing?
because I might say
There's a
something.
private comments and a public
There's private
comments.
and there's
Nope, it's not
See-
letting me type anything.
I have a button that
City
says
Girl.
chat.
City Girl, I thought you were the StreamYard queen.
Comments. Oh, shoot. I can see all kinds of comments now.
Yeah,
Probably Homestead, Country
Nope.
Boy Trap.
nope. I can see everyone typing,
So,
but
so on the right side,
Oh.
you can't see. You can
I
see
can-
comments, but you can't.
I can't chat. I can't chat with anyone.
I
Yeah, I
can't,
can't-
bring
I can't
anything up
either.
on screen for some reason.
All I can see is the chat.
Okay,
but I can't.
if you can bounce back to the YouTube that you had open, the chat should still be going. You can comment there.
Sure.
And there's the Hollaby Homestead. Hi, Robin and Dave. Damn, we need to get Robin and Dave in here. Robin and Dave have a YouTube channel. Okay, Robin and Dave. Robin. It's probably Robin. I'm gonna guess it's Robin. Robin, can you ping me on Facebook Messenger? Because I get a lot of messages and I don't know how far back I have to scroll, and I'll probably skip your name if I don't know where it is.
Mark, wait till the first time you go live.
Oh, Arnie. Arnie, yeah. Well, I'm sure Arnie's drunk out of his mind, but yeah, let's get Arnie in here. Arnie, where's...
How many people max can you have in the StreamYard?
6 or 10.
6 or 10.
6 or 10. That's a good number.
Let's see if Arnie
Yep.
can get in here before... Arnie, check your Discord.
Because if you need me to leave, I can leave. That's not a problem.
I wanna say nobody wants to see you leave.
No.
No.
We'll leave first.
No,
Hey, Russell,
totally,
I-
I can leave.
I'm going to pop out and pop back in and see because I realized that I'm not logged in on this browser. So I'm going to try a different browser, and that might get me the clearances and the skills and the magic that I require. That was me not knowing the word I'm
I
looking
did
for.
invite you.
Yeah,
So you should have gotten an email when I invited you as an admin kind of thing. So
yeah.
you might want to look for that email.
I'll do it next time. I feel like I'm going to be wasting the on-screen time if I start funking around with that now.
Well, it doesn't matter. I can get you back in here.
All right, we'll be right back.
So we definitely have to
True.
Booxefest bus out to Iceland. We have to do that.
Who the heck is Teresa Vidrine? Hi, Teresa. Never seen you before. There's Arnie. Hey, buddy.
Hello. How are you feeling?
Ah, Artie!
Arnie!
Hey! How are you feeling?
Well, that didn't work.
How are you doing tonight, Arnie?
I'm done.
Oh, Arnie, we're getting a lot of echo from you. Do
Yeah, I'm talented.
you have earbuds you can plug into your thing?
How about now?
It's a bit better. Yeah.
How's that working out?
Put the headphones on your head. Arnie.
That was
It just
amazing.
it looked like he was like, do I put it on my knee or do I
What
put
do
it
I
on my elbow? I'm not sure what to do with.
Oh,
You doing, Arnie?
Is the sound coming through your? The sound actually has to come through your headphones, though, Arnie.
I'm trying to do that, man. Hey, I'm drunk. I'm drunk. You
Hey,
make
Arnie. Arnie, go fishing or something, man.
Go fishing?
Oh shit. Okay, so StreamYard is limited to 6 people.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop off City Girl here. She can wait in the green room while we add Dave from the Hollowby Homestead.
How's it going, guys? Hey.
Still only hearing you from there.
There we go.
There we go.
Can
So,
everyone hear me all right?
sir, Dave, we're we can hear you fine. We're gonna get to you in a second, but first we have to hear a weather report from Arnie.
Oh, the weather is fucking awesome.
That's probably the most brilliant weather report I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's accurate anyway.
No, I mean the weather is it's calm and everything. It's for fuck's sake.
So Arnie has been a loyal subscriber since the early days. He's one of my first 300 subscribers. Where'd he go?
He pushed the wrong button.
He's like, "To hell with this, I'm out of here."
And so he lives in Iceland. In fact, an island just next to Iceland called Vestmannaeyjar. And every time he comes into a live stream, I was like, Arnie, what's the weather like where you are? I love Arnie, but he disappeared. Anyway, Dave!
How's it going?
Dave, so we got to hear, what's your best tips on starting a YouTube channel?
Well, you gotta get content. That's the main one. If you put out content on a regular basis for your viewers to watch, and good content, I find that's the key, or one of the keys.
Okay, good content. I'm gonna take notes.
What's your definition of good content?
Shit, Dave.
Interesting content. Like, you can't just put something right there that's kind of silly. Like, you gotta
feel
think
so
about,
triggered
you gotta
right
think. You gotta think about your videos before you just record. Well, that's what I find. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to put something boring out, like me just cutting grass for the whole video kind of thing, right? Like, you gotta have some structure. And
Now, if Russ was cutting the
Tell a
grass,
story.
the lawnmower would hit something. Some people
I don't.
well,
catch fire.
it probably would have been entertaining actually this last summer.
It would
'Cause
be good. I would enjoy that.
I was cutting a whole bunch of cutting the field, and I bashed up the lawnmower quite a bit this summer. So I think
Dave, give us your best advice about thumbnails and titles.
thumbnails and titles.
She's
Well, I
back.
find like the best advice for thumbnails and titles would be like the it's kind of like a clickbait kind of thing you put on your thumbnail. Like, put something that people are gonna like to see, and they're gonna click on it just to see what's going on. And the titles, like, be creative, so people will look and they'll be like, hey, you know what? That looks kind of interesting. I'm gonna click on that.
Hey, Dave, are you guys on Starlink now?
Yeah, we've been on
I know.
Starlink for probably about a month now. Well, we picked it up. Well, yeah, we got it the same day you got yours.
And how do you find it? How's it working out for you?
I find it's good. We haven't had too many problems.
Have you tried live streaming at all?
No, not yet. No.
Are you going to?
Yeah, we're planning on doing it probably closer to the summer when I got a little bit more time on my hands. I've been busy, so.
Yeah. What is it you do, Dave?
I'm working at doing like fencing and pole barns. Basically,
Right.
a little bit of construction work and stuff. So
Your video and audio is perfect right now, Dave.
oh, that surprises me. I'm just
No,
using
it's good. It's clear.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're a
wow.
good-looking guy. Yeah.
Ow!
I'm just using my cheap laptop, so
Brown chicken, brown cow.
It's nothing special. It's a cheap laptop.
Sean.
Oh, Marcel doesn't want to join us. That's.
God damn it.
I know, right? I put on my best clothes just
Best
so
stuff.
that Marcel would join us, and he's like,
Not
"No,
happening.
No, I don't like the tissues around your neck and shit, but whatever."
You look like you're getting a haircut.
And a real job.
I'm getting better at cutting my own hair. I'm gonna be honest.
Me too.
Oh, Arnie's back. Hey,
Arnie's
hey,
back.
brother.
Hey!
Your phone's plugged in.
Are you with us, Arnie?
Yeah, I'm trying to be with you. I'm just wondering why my audio doesn't get in here.
We can hear you
Because
now.
technology is shift. See how I
Yes.
disguised that bad word?
Just check your language.
Yeah, shift.
Son of a bitch.
Huh? Right?
So Arnie, I totally want to live your life for a while. I want to know, like, do you actually handle the fish? Did you get a great big cod in your hands? Like, do you...
Wait a minute.
Wait, Russell, you want to live his life because you want the fish, not about, like, seeing Iceland? Where are your priorities, Holmes?
I'd love to see Iceland, but I also want to live on a fishing boat for a while. Arnie, have you lived on a fishing boat for a while?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've been out to sea for what, 26 days in a row.
Six days of crashing waves.
26.
Arnie, how much have you had to drink tonight, Arnie?
Some.
Do I have to count? That's quite a lot. I mean, it is almost 5 at night, 5 in the morning. I started about.
Why are you up so late, Arnie?
Because the pub was open.
God, this is funny. There's got to be like a 10-hour difference between Arnie and Sean in Alaska.
Yeah, there is.
It's got to be
It's almost
10 hours.
8 p.m. here.
You're a machine, Arnie. You're a machine.
11 p.m. I don't understand that. It's 04:50 here.
2,000 hours where Sean is.
It's 2350 where Jesse is.
Yeah, you're talking about yesterday. Yeah. You're really talking about Friday evening at your place.
Yes, Friday evening here.
Yeah. It's almost 5 on Saturday morning here.
Arnie, when do you have...
I think something paused on us there.
Yeah, we should do, every time Russell freezes, we should all do that position when he freezes.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when he goes like this, we should all go.
Actually, whenever Russell freezes, we should all empty our glasses. Like, totally Cusack.
Most of us already have, Jess. You're
Yeah,
just-
okay, Jess, okay, just for you, Jess.
Okay. Just kidding.
Come on, you wussied out on that one. oh, damn. All right.
What's that song, Russell, that Jess was supposed to sing earlier?
Is it me that I'm causing all this laugh? I think so.
I think Sean's gone to get more beer. I think Arnie's had enough.
All right, Jess. Do you still have that bottle that I sent you? Do you still have it there?
Yeah, it's still in the back. I'm just drinking Japanese tonight. I think I'm drinking Japanese. I think. Shut up, Jesse.
I really think so. Da 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 da.
Domo arigato.
I don't know
Mr.
I went
Roboto.
No, you've got the wrong song, Russ.
Yeah, but it's the same era.
No, I didn't.
It's the same era.
Right? I think I'm turning
And
Japanese.
it's Japanese.
I'm drinking Japanese. Oh, I'm drinking Japanese. Don't Margato, Mr. Roboto.
Russell's going for the mashup. He sees
If
a
you're gonna do that,
unifying
though, you gotta
theme
go.
and he went for it.
So, Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto. Wow, this is getting silly fast. I mean, it started pretty silly. Straight
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
So, Arnie, what's your weather like out there right now?
So it's gotta be silly.
What, are we all being quiet until Russell gets back? We're all behaving ourselves? Is that what's going on here?
No, we don't. We're not behaving ourselves. We have nobody to make fun of.
No, that's an issue. That's an issue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Dave, your video is freaking awesome right now. You're crystal clear. Starlink is like almost available here.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, we haven't really used it much, like testing it out. I played a few video games online, but I haven't tried live streaming or anything. But it's good to know that it's working out pretty good.
How was the latency? How was the latency for the video games?
Pretty good. Like, I think I was getting a ping rate of anywhere from like 24 to 30.
That's not bad.
So
That's good.
That's awesome. The only time I have problems with Starlink is when I think it's like hitting a new satellite or searching for a new satellite.
When it's switching off?
Yeah. Otherwise it's really nice and steady.
I gotta move mine up the roof a little bit more because I get a little bit of obstructions from a tree on one side, right on the right side.
Just cut the tree down, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what
cut the
Russell
house
would
down.
do.
If I just
Or
gotta,
cut the-
I just gotta move it to the middle of the house.
Or just
I'm just
buy
on
a
the
new
edge. I got a 12, 10,
Buy-
10, 12
buy new
pitch.
land.
So I didn't want to get up
No.
there, so I just put it on the edge of the roof. So
Hey Dave, where's Robin?
over there.
Robin.
I'm smoking a cigarette.
She'll be
We
over in a
don't-
second.
We don't care.
We don't condone such things.
We don't condone it.
right? Jess's
don't care.
comment of just cut the tree down. So are you in the early or the late 90s, early 2000s? I lived in Fairbanks or outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, and every Sunday we would get together to watch Sunday, the football games, and
Yeah.
we're sitting there watching the game, and it keeps coming in and out, in and out, in and out, and the owner is like super frustrated, and he goes, "Look, I had the dish put in last year, everything was awesome, but the tree grew. So there's no way I can get this game. I'm sorry, guys." So one of the guys sitting there looks at the owner of the bar and he goes, "You want me to fix that?" And he goes, "Yeah." So he walks outside and cuts the tree down in the parking lot of the restaurant. Just drops it right across the freaking parking lot of the restaurant. And the game comes in crystal clear and everybody in the bar is all, "Yeah!"
That's it.
Okay,
So
I
Jeff,
get-
your comment of just cut the tree down hit home.
Yeah, I was kidding about just cutting down the tree, though, because
No, we,
You know.
we actually do that. up here.
Hey,
you cut down the tree, what would I have to hug?
It's good.
You can hug the stump, Jess.
I hug the stump.
all right.
That sounds
I get it.
really disgusting.
I got to tell you guys what I heard earlier this week, which is when there's an earthquake, all the coffins become underground maracas.
Oh God.
That is so horrible. And yet, pretty damn funny. All at the same beautiful time.
And for the young people in the chat, they're underground shake weights.
Shake weights?
Shake
Yeah.
weights. Yeah, there's
Underground
nobody-
castanets?
Castanets. I like
Castanets might be another. Yeah.
castanets.
Yeah, think about a bunch of bones in a coffin rattling around. Either way, I mean, it's hilarious, isn't it?
Underground rattle. It's
If you could hear it, you'd be like, "Oh shit, I gotta start dancing."
So the weirdest thing I ever read as a kid growing up in California was
Growing
in
up in
Louisiana.
California must have been weird.
Oh yeah. So in Louisiana, they have all the, all the burial mounds, basically, where when you get buried, everybody's like buried above ground. And I said, well, why do they do that? And they said, because the ground is so wet that if they put the casket underground, it's floating to the top anyway. So they just build a building and they put the casket in there. And it never, I never got past the point that, you put a casket in the ground and that thing's coming up no matter what.
Kind of gross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I smell dead people.
And they're everywhere.
But hey, they are good business. I can promise you that.
Yes.
I mean, I got a cemetery just next door. They're really good neighbors. They never make a sound. At least not when I'm away.
Strangely, I don't really want to go visiting after dark, though.
They're actually kind of fun to go visit after dark.
I am way outside of my Gothic days, dude. I'm not visiting, no.
You had Gothic days?
You kidding? Yeah.
Can you imagine Gothic Jess?
I can't.
Somewhere on my
Let's put some eyeshadow on him. Let's put him in dark clothing. Come on.
Robert
So
Smith.
long
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
My first serious band was a French Canadian sort of Gothic alternative band. Yeah. In fact, on my personal Facebook page, there's a picture somewhere of me and two of the other members being all like Gothic and posing for pictures. Because,
Where do we find those pictures?
So, what?
Where do we find them? On your personal
Somewhere on my personal Facebook. Maybe I'll see if I can find it. This will take me forever.
Okay, I'm going there right now.
I'm
No idea how I'm going to find it, but I'm going to find it.
Hold on. I'll see if I can find something.
See, I actually went the probably opposite of Jess. I was Cowboy Sean.
Cowboy Sean?
Cowboy Sean.
I don't care if it rains or freezes because I got my something Jesus right up on the dashboard of my car.
Let me show you. No, really, let me show you.
I would love for Goth Jess to meet up with Cowboy Sean at some point and be like, the fuck?
What the? The hell?
I think it's happy.
It'd be like 12 kinds of awkward. I'm trying to find a picture for you guys, but I'm not going to find it in time for the live stream. Maybe I'll drop it into. Oh, nice hat.
Sean, you need to do the whole like.
Hey there, partner.
Is it, God?
I like it. I feel like you're an extra from Legends of the Fall or something.
That actually saw a lot of work. That hat. That hat saw a lot of work. When I was a kid growing up, that hat was on many a ranch.
Yeah?
You look like one of the guys that Clint Eastwood would gun down in one of those little movies.
Yeah. But hey, one does not funk with Clint.
No.
Oh.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to find that picture in time for the live stream tonight.
Oh, that would be awesome. You need to show that on your live stream. We need to see Goth Jess.
Yeah.
Because right now, my mental image right now is Letterkenny. And you're like, Stewart from Letterkenny.
I don't know enough about Letterkenny to know who that is. But
Robin.
Hello.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. This is
Hey,
my dogs just went nuts. I'm sorry.
Good to see you, Robin.
This is a terrible angle of me. I'm sorry.
I feel the same way.
I'm
me
a couple
too.
of whiskeys in, so like it's not good.
Couple of whiskeys in. You're good. You're good. Believe me, you're good.
The Viking has spoken.
It is 0502, and I started drinking at 08 something.
Wait. Oh wait.
Don't,
No,
Arnie,
no.
Arnie, don't. Oh, Arnie, you did it all wrong. You're like, Robin, you look good because I've been drinking for 10 hours.
Yeah. You look
No,
good.
no, you can be like, you'd be like, Robin, you look good.
I feel so much
And
better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Robert. Yeah, that sounds bad.
Well,
You
this
do.
isn't
You
gonna
look.
get any
You
less
look good,
awkward.
Robin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Arnie, see how he just ended it there?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Right? Skill.
That happened. So,
Class.
Arnie, how much do you use like English day to day?
on the internet, quite a lot. Day-to-day life, none, basically.
Oh wow. Well, like how often are you on the internet where you have to use English?
Quite a lot. Quite a lot. I mean, I'm on the internet basically always. So.
It's you're talking about porn, right?
No, you don't need
You don't
English
need
on
English
Pornhub.
for porn.
You wouldn't
Sean?
go that way, but hey, I didn't go that way.
Okay, X videos. I'm sorry.
It's it's after midnight, so we can
It's after midnight. We're gonna let it all hang out.
go to weird places.
It's 8 o'clock here. What are you talking about? After midnight.
Sean, you're our designated driver tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, John, you're in yesterday, so
Yeah. Let me warn you guys now, you're not getting where you need to go.
You know, you just reminded me. I don't know why, but one night about 4 years ago, my fiddle player and I were in the back of a taxi, headed home from a gig. So it was like 3:30, 4 in the morning, and the taxi driver was playing like crooner songs and cruising at like easily 30 kilometers, 30 clicks above the speed limit. And he was going over this road we have here called the Boulevard, which is dangerous at this speed limit. And so the whole ride home, my fiddle player and I are like just holding on to our seats, white knuckling it, and I just knew that I was going to see the end of my days with a huge bang and to the sound of like Quando, Quando, Quando. I just thought this is the worst way to go.
No, so what's your point here? Because that's good music. Quando, 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 Quando. Come on. I mean, really?
Come on. If
New York.
a taxi guy picks you up and you hear that coming out, you think, oh, God, please at least go the speed limit. No, this guy was like, you know what? Boom. And I kind of have this, because I went to film school, I have this idea that, you know, one day, if I die, it's going to be in like slow motion with some like epic, anthemic tune. And that just didn't fit with how I kind of see myself going out.
Yeah, I got to tell you that there's at least one time a year that there's a barbecue on my grill outside here in Alaska, and the Rat Pack is just screaming over the speakers.
Older Rat Pack stuff I can really deal with, but once you get around to Quando, 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 I feel that it starts to slip into cheese.
True. True.
Yeah.
The point is that you always remember the moments that you think you're going to die.
You sure do. Absolutely.
But amazingly enough, you never remember the moments where you actually do die.
Funny how that works.
I know, right?
You're so
Not
creepy
yet,
right now.
Not yet, actually. No.
Oh my God, Sean, that was so brilliant.
Sean's like,
I dug deep for that one. I'm not going to lie. I reached all the way down and pulled that one up.
he's like, hey, I have a shower time thought for you guys. Blah. And everyone's like, we're all giggling and telling jokes, and then Sean says something, and we all just sort of stop.
God. And then I'm like, wow, it's like I gave the toast to my brother's wedding all over again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Sean is so good-natured. He's so good-natured that he's got to be the angel of death, which would totally explain what he's been talking about tonight.
Put the hat back on, Sean.
So yeah, if we put the red hat on, it'd be like, "It's Santa Claus." It'd be like, "Nope, angel of death,
Santa Claus
suckers."
of death.
Angel of
He's
death,
cramped.
motherfuckers.
He's not the soundtrack. He needs my beard in the middle.
Yeah, if you point that a little more and play the violin, Arnie.
There's a lot of white hair on this channel. I'll tell you that right now.
Not from me.
They say you get a gray hair for every bit of experience you've had in your life. Yeah,
You know, I've gotten more gray hair since I became a school bus driver. I'm not gonna lie.
well, because you got to deal with all those kids.
Yeah. That's different. Thank you.
So the first thing you remember to tell every kid you ever meet, including your own, is you're adopted.
I
don't know who your parents are. I took you in because I felt sorry for you. And if you do the dishes, you can eat tonight.
I can't imagine what it takes to be a bus driver in this day and age, because you can't. Like in my day, it was like a bus driver like stand up and like, shut the fuck up and sit down, and be like manhandle people into the seats. You can't do that anymore.
So we don't have biological children, but we have foster kids,
right?
And which is something not a lot of people know about us. Yeah, so we're not allowed to expose it on YouTube because it's inappropriate.
What?
For foster kids because of being identified as being foster kids, which is not fair. So, but I will say that because we never had our own kids in this generation, I used to think that, like, you know, foster kids, because of their previous experience, like that's why they're tough and hard to deal with. And then I became a school bus driver and I realized it's all kids nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like that addiction to screen time and gaming, and they just have, like, they didn't grow up the way that like you guys did or I did. Like, you know, it's just totally different. It's a different reality.
Yeah.
There's a level of entitlement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Russell was talking about the bus driver that would scream and yell. I had a bus driver, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably older than everybody on this chat, because I graduated from high school in 1980.
Yep.
So 11 years before me.
Yeah, before me.
Driving home with this one bus driver, if we were too noisy, he would just pull the bus over on the side of the road and look into the mirror up above, and he'd just look in the mirror until everybody in the bus shut their mouth. And then when we all shut our mouth, he would start driving again. And then when we got too loud, he would pull over again. Sometimes your bus ride home would be an hour. Sometimes your bus ride home would be 3.5 hours. It depended on how loud you wanted to be that day.
I can't believe you just said that, because it just sparked a memory in me of that happening on our school bus. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
So
and he just looked up like, you guys are going to shut up or I'm not driving this bus.
So I'm at the point where, like,
wow.
I will actually start slowing down and acting like I'm gonna pull over, and I'll even like put a couple wheels on the shoulder, and everybody goes silent, and
then you
I'll
drive.
just ride like that for a bit, and then when everybody shuts the hell up, I just start driving again.
Yeah.
I used to pull over, but I don't need to anymore because I know when I kill the noise switch, which kills
I thought you were
the
gonna say, you know,
the
when I
radio
kill
and
the kid
stuff,
behind
they
me.
know I mean business. So I just slow down and I just start cruising the shoulder, and then everybody shuts up, and then we're good.
Robin, do you have high school kids or like elementary kids?
Elementary, and most of
Okay.
them are like kindergarten and grade 1.
See, that's tough because those kids don't shut up.
Yeah.
Well, no, but in elementary, like grades 1 through 8, they still feel the weight of like something's got to come down. Whereas high school kids, they're like, "Fuck you, bus driver! I don't care what you say." Right?
But I feel like
we had
by
high
the
school bus
time-
drivers who are like, "I don't care what you do back there. I'm just driving."
But I feel like by the time that like they reach high school, they know that their driver means business. So like
Yeah.
they've learned their lesson by then. Like it's I don't know, like it's kind of different now. Like I said, like I find like the way kids are now compared to like my childhood, like you know, just to age me, I was born in 1988. Like I would have been kicked off the bus for half the things that some kids do. And you know, like that's now it's like they're not even suspended, and I just got to deal with it. I'm not complaining, but like it's a different reality, you know.
Yeah, you were born 8 years after I graduated from high school.
That's,
Wow, that hurts. That hurts me.
What Robin is talking about is like every kid gets progressed, right? Every kid succeeds, no matter what they do or what they say or how bad they were.
Yeah,
it's the same on a school bus, right? Like you can't do anything. It's like every kid is progressed. No,
Right.
Yeah.
But on the good days, when we were all quiet, the bus driver would stop at the local soda fountain, and yes, I do mean soda fountain, and let us all get off the bus and get a cherry phosphate or whatever malt or whatever you wanted. And that sounds like really old, even from California. But that was
I'm gonna
back
get
in-
me a cherry phosphate.
Oh,
who's
I'll tell
paying
you what.
for that?
A cherry phosphate was the most incredible freaking drink you could get. They're
Who's
just
paying
yummy.
for that?
You
A
know,
little
and
sarsaparilla in there.
you know, you look at it now and you just shake your head.
Who
I'm
was
like,
paying for that?
If my kids said one thing out of line to me when they were little, I would just look at them with the look of death, and I'd be like, "Are you going to breathe later on tonight, or are you not going to? Are you going to stop breathing? Because your choice right now." And nowadays, it's like, "Oh, kids will be kids," but in my day, it was like, "I'm probably going to kill you when we get home."
Kids will be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like in my childhood, like the ultimate fear of your parents. Like now, like kids don't have fear of their parents the way that like you guys and me grew up. Like it's like, and it's not fear like your parents are abusing you. It's like get right, you know, like do right.
I crossed the line. Oh no.
Yeah.
My daughters to this day. So everybody's all, so did you beat your kids when they were little? I'm all, didn't have to. And I go, what do you mean you didn't have to? I go, I had daughters. You don't have to beat daughters. So I look at them and go, I am so disappointed in you.
It's to say, how do you say it in English? Because I always say this is, you know, this is not a kid's problem. This is a parent's problem, you know. This is,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I agree, Arnie.
you understand what I mean?
Yep.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. You know, this is, you know, how you're brought up. It's not the problem of the kid. It's
Right.
just not the parents. But you're what, born 88. I'm born 81. So, you know, we are basically brought up by the same age of parents.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those age of parents we are talking to here. Let's face it. So, you know, this is not a failure of the kids. This is failure of the parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is. Just, yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah,
Kids,
so I have grandkids now.
kids doing wrong today, it's not a kid's problem. It's failure of the parents.
Exactly.
I always say that.
So I have grandkids now, and I have 2 daughters, and one daughter has 2 sons, and the other daughter has 1 daughter. And I was telling somebody about this today. It was so funny. So my daughters are all, "Oh, Dad, I'm glad you're here. You know, the 2 daughters get together and they want to go to town, but they don't want to leave Dad with the kids." And I go, "Why not?" And they go, "Well, because they're, you know, one's an infant." And I go, "It's not like I have never met an infant before. I raised both of you." And they go, okay, yeah. And I go, "So go to town, have fun." So at one point, my oldest grandson pushes the envelope, and I just look at him, and the look I give him, he just drops his head and he's all, "Sorry, Grandpa." So I have a great day with both grandkids, or all 3 grandkids, because, well, the infant doesn't really count because he'll do whatever you want anyway. Just put a bottle in his mouth and change his diaper. He don't care. But so my daughters get back and they go, "How was your day with the kids?" And I go, "Not a problem at all." So then my grandson acts up, and my oldest daughter says something to him, and he just kind of blows her off. And I look at him and I give him a look again, and he drops his head and he goes, "Sorry, Grandpa." And he sits down and he's like the greatest kid in the world. And my daughter goes, "How did you do that?" And I go, "The same way I did it to you when you were little. All I had to do was look at you, and you knew you crossed the line. It was over."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh my God." And I go,
You basically disciplined your grandson the same way you did to your daughter.
"Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, be a parent,
the problem
raise your
with
children."
your daughter was she didn't discipline your grandson.
Right.
I mean, basically, I'm talking, you know, broad here. I'm not talking about everything, but the problem was this discipline problem somewhere in the way.
Right. So it wasn't that the kid was bad. It was that the kid had the wrong discipline. So my daughter, who was trying to, and I told my daughter, I go, "Look, you're trying to be your son's friend. You can't be his friend. You're his parent. So when you get to a certain age and you realize you're not his friend, you're his parent." I go, "That should happen immediately. And then basically your children grow into being someone you can have that conversation with. But when they're little, they're your children, and it's your job to teach them right from wrong. Mm-hmm. And they need to know when they cross the line, and you've never taught them that. But with Grandpa, they knew right away that they crossed that line, and they went, 'Oh, I don't know this guy, but he's not happy.'"
Yeah. As soon they crossed the line with you, they knew that they were wrong. But with your daughter, they crossed the line and went a little bit further.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, that is one of the things. I mean, discipline problems are usually parents' problems. It's not a kid's problem; it's a parent's problem.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. It was so fucking hard being a parent. And you might think you know everything, and you might like our oldest son came to a point in his life where he didn't want to do homework. He didn't want to do anything with school, and we sat him down and gave him the talk and said, "Look, if you want nice things in life, you have to have a good education, because that's going to lead to a good job where you can afford good things in life." And he like looked at us and like, "Okay, I understand." And he just dug into homework, and like from that point forward, for the rest of his life, he dug into homework. He always got his homework done. He always studied really hard. He always did really well in school. He went to post-secondary education. He got his master's. No, he didn't get his master's. He finished post-secondary. You know, he always did really well after that point. And sitting around there, we're like, we did so good. We're such good parents. We're wonderful, aren't we? We're just so good.
We rocked it.
But the other 2 kids, we sat them down, had the same conversation, and they're like, I did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So, like, we're in this kind of awkward age group where Dave and I are both in our 30s. and our foster kids are in their young 20s. And so technically we're kind of in a weird way about to be grandparents, but we're also trying to have our own kids. So like, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking we're gonna have like some pretty awesome like big sisters and big brothers and stuff, but like at the same time it's like the way they grew up versus the way our own biological kids will grow up are going to be totally different things. And and I just find like the world today is just so different than even like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Robin,
Listen,
you're
guys,
still trying to have kids?
Yes. I'm not that old. Christ, my neighbor thought I was 52.
Wow. Nice. So are they going to find the neighbor under a hedge somewhere in spring?
Yeah.
Jess, you're heading somewhere, Jess?
Yeah. I was saying that I'm falling asleep. It's been a long day. I was at work early, so I'm going to drop out and not fall asleep like on screen here.
All right, good night, brother.
All right.
Thanks for coming out, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Good night, man.
Bye.
And then there was 5.
So Robin,
I'm still here. I'm not dead yet.
what's Sean doing? He's putting on his kilt again.
Bring out your dead. Bring out
You already
your
have
dead.
So, God, sorry. The topic tonight is supposed to be YouTube. So, Robin, how is your? Do you do most of the video editing, or does Dave do it?
I do all the video editing, even though he is the more technologically advanced person in this household. I don't know how I got stuck with that. I'm kind of artistic and creative in general, and I'm just that kind of person. So I enjoy the editing to a certain degree. But I'm the one who does it. But we both share filming and stuff like that. But I'm the editor and uploader, and I'm the one that's like watching YouTube to make sure it uploads, and I'm that person.
Well, and how much of your time during any particular day do you spend learning more about making YouTube videos?
Like honestly, I feel like every time, especially lately, just because we haven't been posting that much, every time I edit a video and work on a video, I feel like I'm just trying to incorporate something new and something different, and I'm learning different techniques and stuff. Like because we're not posting our videos as much as what we normally do because it's wintertime and it sucks here. Like it's, I don't know, like I just find that I'm more focused on it because it's not so much like how much content's going out at once. It's like I've got this content, what can I do to make it good in this moment, you know?
Totally get that. Sorry, we have to switch gears a little bit. Arnie,
Huh?
Did you put beer in your eyes or rum or like what was those eye drops?
Vodka.
Vodka?
Oh, it was
Vodka?
God bless you,
I
Arnie.
should have guessed. Arnie, what time is it there?
Just about sleeping time. It's 05:26.
Oh, it's a good thing you don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, about that.
Tomorrow for him is Sunday.
If your boss knew about Booxefest, he'd be like, "Okay, it's fine. Yeah, Booxefest. Yeah, come in and we'll put you in a chair over there."
Up, basically. And that's afternoon sometimes. I run through or something like that. So
All right.
I'm gonna hate the first
All right, I'll tell you what. We're probably gonna close this down soon because it's 12, almost 12:30 a.m. and
Oh, it's almost 12:30 a.m. Oh.
It's almost 8:38 or 8:30 p.m. here.
so Sean,
96 p.m.
what I'm hearing is Sean's gonna do the after hours party.
You know, it could happen. Who knows?
Well,
I'm not going to show up. I know that.
Sean, if you start it before I end this, then I can put the link in here and you can do the thing.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed because I had a bad day today. I don't have bad days often, but today was a bad day.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Sean.
You know the whole saying, cry over spilt milk?
Nope.
Yeah, don't ever cry over spilt milk. Well, don't cry over 7 gallons of spilt milk. I can guarantee that won't help. You need a mop for that.
That sounds like it sucks. Anyway, so Mark.
Yes.
After hours party.
10-4.
Nice. Go live, Mark, for the first time ever. We'll all join you.
Oh yeah.
hold on. Let me recreate that moment.
Where that one out. It took me 3 hours to get into this.
Hold on. I need to recreate that moment. Where Mark. Hold on. I'm Mark right now. 10-4.
That is my go-to.
Hold on, I wasn't still. I think my cheek might have twitched here. Let me try it again. 10-4.
Nailed it. Holy smokes, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Shit, I tried really hard. I was like doing the method acting bit.
You were right there. You were one more time, Russell.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I can't do it now. It's just like
the pressure.
Shit.
See?
Okay, hold on.
Russell, you're a professional, Russell. You're a professional.
I can do this. I just need more beer.
Look, they both drank at the same time. Same actual action.
Okay.
Russell, go. Come on.
10-4.
All right. Mark, Russell, I want you both to drink at the same time. Russell, when you come down with the beer, I want you to say your line and
Can't do
don't
it.
miss
Hold
it.
on. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Mark and Russell both drink at the same time. Russell, when your beer can comes down, nail your line. Come on.
Come on,
focus.
pretend you're a trucker. Let's go.
Go.
Sorry, line.
10-4. Okay?
Come on, Russell, get it together.
You are a professional.
You know how many times I say 10-4 in a day?
Oh yeah, that's where it comes from.
10-4.
All right, little buddy. I'm 10-8 and 10-10 on the side.
All right. Good, damn it. I can't.
Okay, serious face,
Relax, my
guys,
jaw.
or else he's going to laugh when he sees you laughing.
Can we break for lunch or something? I don't know.
Beer. Everybody take a sip of beer.
Man.
There we go, Russell. Get in your element. Own yourself, Russell. Own that.
Okay, that's 10-4. Huh? That was pretty good.
Stand in. Can I get a stand in over here, please?
Did we who did we lose?
Arnie. Arnie's gone.
He's got an excuse at Sunday.
I thought that last one was pretty good. Mark, what do you think?
That wasn't bad. It needs some work, but we'll give you some time.
Fuck you, man. Whatever, man. You just do the whatever thing.
I don't even notice I'm saying it half the time, but it's because shifting underground on the radio all the time.
Yeah, Arnie's going to bed. All right, we're going to close this down because this has degenerated into something that's really, really awful.
I don't
Sorry.
think so. All good.
I blame Robin.
And hey,
What did
if
I
you
do?
enjoyed
Thanks.
tonight's video,
I
please
think,
remember to
after,
click like and subscribe and hit that
After
notification
Robin-
bell to all.
after Robin got here, it went totally to shit, so I got to
Oh,
blame
sorry.
Robin.
I can
Good day,
get names,
everybody!
Night.
Love you all. It's been a wonderful live stream and shit. Good
Hey,
night.
shit.
And don't forget
Night.
to peace out.